Showtime. What's popping, y'all? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking These Beats. How y'all feel? What's the deal? You already know what it is. We're gonna break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let these jokes fly because life is serious enough. You already know shit. Life just got real serious for Jermell Charlo. Got a hand injury. I did a quick video about it, but I'm walking around these YouTube streets and I'm seeing some things, and people are saying he's faking. It's a lie. It's like it's a fraud. I'm like, what? Like,
he lied. Y'all niggas worship him.
I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Yeah, that's what they saying to Jermell right now. They saying, Jermell, we don't believe you. We'll talk about it. I put a survey up, ask y'all, do y'all believe the hand injury is legit or not? I'm gonna drop the link. We're gonna open these phone lines up. We're gonna have a good time. Also, I'm looking around right now. People saying, well, since Terence Crawford, since Errol Spence is injured, Jermell Charlo is injured, what will be next for Crawford? People are saying he need to fight Ennis. He got to fight Ennis. I was like, okay, I thought that was Spence mandatory. Okay. It's interesting, though. I didn't hear Spence say, hey, he can't fight Boots if he ain't fighting me, but he did say he can't fight Charlo. We'll see how that goes. As y'all know, Ennis, Jerome Boots, I think he got about 30 fights. Crawford has 39 fights. When you look at it, I'm just saying, he ain't got no champs on his resume. I like Ennis. Got 30 fights, though, man. I'm like, dang. No real super duper comp up there. Goes in there and stops all these dudes. Girl behind the mic, what up? Lisa Bell, what up? Pop, what up? Cooking with Sir Scene, what up? So, yeah, man, we're going to talk about it. Have a little boxing talk. Also, Devin Haney did an interview recently, and he said, hey, Teofimo Lopez, you need to take some time off. Having little doubts in yourself, take some time off. What do you guys think of that? We'll talk all about it. Might open the lines up, open the panel up. We're going to have an open conversation. Get this done, man. We'll get this one done. That's something else I wanted to talk about that was not boxing. Let me see. Let me look at my notes. Oh, this was just random. Just a random conversation. Did y'all see Glass Onion on Netflix yet? Anybody seen that? Anybody seen Glass Onion on Netflix? Pretty damn good. Shout out to Janelle Monáe. She's in it. Daniel Craig, who played James Bond, is in it. Batista, the wrestler, he's in it. Who else is in it that you guys will know? A couple people in there. As soon as you see them, you'll know them. So, yeah, we'll talk about it. He said, man, y'all had a good one last night. Man, who you telling? Had a good old time last night. Yo, go watch Glass Onion, yo. Don't watch it right now, of course, because we're doing the show. But, yeah, watch it tomorrow. So, yeah, let me do 30 seconds. I'll do a 30-second intro, and I'm going to blast the link out and put it on the community tab on Twitter. Let people know we popping. And, yeah, we're going to jump right into the show, so don't go nowhere. We're only going to do 30 seconds, a 30-second intro. Or as my boy Q the God said, it's just a little 15-minute quickie. Give y'all. No, we ain't going to do 15 minutes. Give me 30 seconds, though. 30 seconds. I'm going to put a survey in the chat, blast this link out, and I'm going to open the panel up, and we're going to have a boxing conversation for a little bit. All right? It's your man Nash, Breaking Beats. Let's get it, baby.
This that squad side.
Yeah, man. What up, though?
What up?
What's popping with you?
What up?
How y'all feel? What's the deal, man? It's another great episode of Breaking Beats. You already know what it is. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. I like to let these jokes fly because life is serious enough, man. I hope this broadcast finds you all in good spirits, good health, good prosperity. God knows we all need it. let's just jump right into some of these topics, man. I'm gonna put a survey in the chat, put a survey up in the chat, and we're gonna just have a good time. We're gonna talk some boxing. Oh, I didn't share the link over here. Let me share the link real quick. Shout out to Con Shonery, 3 months as a neighbor. He said, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well, family. This the week of New Year, so I think starting tomorrow or either Wednesday, we're gonna do that a little award show thing. Then we're gonna do that on what's today? Tuesday? What's today? No. Monday going into Tuesday. So we're gonna do our little award show. Do our little award show this week. We'll try to get me a suit on, a little bow tie or something. And yeah, we'll do the show like that. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a great time. Let me share this on the community page. Let them know we live. Join the conversation. All right, so where y'all want to start at? Y'all want to start with this Charlo conspiracy stuff? Let's do that. Let me put a survey in the chat. And we'll start with the Charlo talk. People are saying Jermell Charlo is faking an injury. Now, when it comes to Jermell Charlo faking an injury, this YouTuber has 3 words to say.
Small hats.
Sorry, wrong button. This is what I got to say.
You never heard of it.
I never heard of that. Never heard of Jermell Charlo faking injuries. Now, granted, if you believe so, you're entitled to your opinion. I just don't see the motive. And people are really running with this. Now, even some channels that I frequent often, they are saying, hey, I don't believe it. It's cap. I'm like, damn. Jermell Charlo injury. Do you believe it? Let me put a survey in the chat real quick. Do you believe Jermell Charlo's injury? Yes, no. Simple as that. Yes or no. Do you believe his injury? I don't want to lead the witness, but I'm going to just jump out here and tell you right now, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. I don't think this guy is the type of guy who's quote unquote faking the injury. Nothing about Jermell Charlo tells me that. Oh, but I'll be remiss. Damn, I'm moving too fast. Let me rewind a little bit. Let's rewind, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get it together now. Let me do this neighbors only roll call, because without the neighbors, the show wouldn't be the show at this level. Absolutely. All right, so let's roll them off. Shout out to my boy KP from KC5. What up, though?
What up?
TJ.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
Kevin Brower.
What up?
Piotr.
What up?
Juan Davila.
What up?
DJ.
What up?
Tony Boswell.
What up?
Karma Serene.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
That guy Clips 330.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond and Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
Juan Epoxy Magic.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Stephen Bateman all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it.
What up, gangsta?
Deuce Times.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to there.
What up?
Miss Queen returns.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Matty Yoel.
What up?
C. Jones 0224.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bell, she never fails.
What up, gangsta?
Cooking with the Champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terence Bailey Sr.
What up?
True Media Today, USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up, gangsta?
HL Deezy.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Sr.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
Born Supreme.
What up?
Lady Shan Dundam season all the way in London town. My UK girl. What up, though?
What up, gangsta?
Dub Right Side.
What up?
D Bevel the Champ.
What up?
Rob G Film.
What up?
And of course, the big fish himself, my good brother, Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
What's poppin'? Yeah, man. Let's do this thing. Let's talk a little boxing, man. Let's talk some boxing, man. See if I can make somebody mad tonight. All right, where we at with it? Let me see. We're gonna start off with this Jermell Charlo topic, man. Let me get into this. Okay, so let me do this. Jermell Charlo. Where my notes at? Okay. All right, so Jermell Charlo has taken to social media to prove that his broken hand is legit. He even produced a doctor's note On his Instagram, Jermell Charlo produced a doctor's note today to prove that he does have a broken left hand, which will prevent him from, of course, defending his title of the Undisputed junior middleweight, that's 154 pounds, championship against WBO mandatory Tszyu. That fight was scheduled for January 28th. As the fans know, come on, fam. He can't fight with a broken hand. Some fans went after Charlo, though, saying he's faking the broken hand. I don't know why, but they're saying his broken left hand, they think he's faking it to escape having his title reign come crashing down against Tszyu. 21-0, 15 knockouts. That's Tszyu's record. You know, he is the son of legendary Costa Tszyu, famously known for beating the dog shit out of my boy Zab Judah, but I ain't gonna talk about that. It happened though. Now, some people are saying, hey, look, yeah, you put out a doctor's note, but you can get a doctor's note as quickly as, you know what I'm saying, just as quickly as you go to the store and get a receipt. The doctor you say your hand hurt, the doctor say, yeah, all right, well, I guess it's hurt. They said, hey, you failed to produce the x-rays. You got to give us some x-rays to further prove its injury. The x-rays will be more, quote unquote, conclusive evidence to show the fans that indeed he does have a injured hand. They said the doctor's note isn't enough. Now, picture's worth 1,000 words, as you know, and Jermell Charlo should have asked the doctor to give him the x-ray so he can post it up for the fans. My fans need proof. Let's put this on the screen. Let me share this. This is the copy of the doctor's note. Let me share the screen so y'all know what I mean when I say these things. Let me share the screen. Bam. Pow. Take that off. Boom. All right. Take that off screen. All right. So here's his doctor's note. Let me blow this up. Okay. That's as big as I can get it up here. I can't blow it up no more. Okay. That's 200%. They won't even let me blow it up no more. But basically, this is from Houston Methodist Orthopedic Sports Medicine. December the 23rd, so damn, 2 days before Christmas. Jermell, what's that, Jermell Charlo, got his birthday up here, got the date of the doctor visit, and it said, to whom it may concern. Fake ass boxer fan. Nah, to whom it may concern, Jermell Charlo was seen in my clinic on 12/23/22. He has sustained a left, what is that? I can't even see it. What's that, scaphoid? Okay, he got a left scaphoid fracture and the 5th metacarpal base fracture. Okay. So he got a left scaphoid fracture and a 5th metacarpal base, which is very common. It's called a boxer fracture. It's like when you get those fingers broke on like by the pinky and over there, it usually comes from punching incorrectly, you know, and those bones push back and break and damage the other bones, okay? Over there by your pinky and your ring finger. Those things are very common. Call them a boxer's fracture off the time. He said he will be placed in a short arm cast at this time. It is my recommendation that Jermell should refrain from upper extremity training that involves impact for 2 months. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call. Should we call him tomorrow? Should I call him live on air? What's that gonna do? Not a damn thing. All right. So that's what we had with it. So Jermell put this out and some fans are reacting. Somebody said, call the doctor. He said, hey, look, Marty King, I just said that too. I literally just said, I was like, should we call him tomorrow? I said, hey, don't mean to violate the HIPAA laws, but can you give me some personal information about somebody that you already put the personal information about on the internet? Can we do that with the Jermell Charlo injury? Do we care? I think let me make sure I got this link pasted out there and let me pin it. I want to know what y'all think. I got a survey in the chat, Got a survey in the chat at the top. And I'm asking simply, do you guys believe Charlo's injury? Yes or no? Also, y'all can tell me in the comments right now. If y'all think the injury is legit, press A in the chat. Give me an A. And if not, if you think it's bullshit, press B. A, if you think it's legit, B for bullshit. So let me know what y'all think in the chat while I do this. I need to do something real quick. So that's why I met with it. He also has a, let me see, what else did he post for his quote unquote proof? Took a picture of it. You can see that left side right here over there by the pinky. You can clearly see, you can't even see the guy's knuckles. This thing is so, yeah, it's so much edema right there. It's a lot of swelling. It's a lot of swelling. Okay, I see some A's. I see some A's. I see some A's. I see a B. True Gritter, what up, fam? I see some B's. Okay, I see a B. Juan believes it. Lisa believes it. He said, I never had hippo. Lisa Bill. Oh, okay. Okay, let me see what else they're saying. Who else thinks the injury's fake? Who thinks it's real? It seems like BS because of the timing. Yeah, but you can't, he can't control the timing though, fam. He can't control the timing. What about the pictures though? What about this picture right here? Do y'all still think it's BS even with this picture? Even with the picture, y'all still think it's BS? I mean, it's pretty, it looks pretty swollen to me right there on the left side. Mara said, it seems like BS because of the timing. I read that one. He said, Mel has no reason to lie. I wouldn't think so. I don't think he has a reason to lie. First pick, the first pick he had was the other hand. Maybe it's the camera. Let me see. That's the left hand. That's the left hand. And that's the left hand. It's been consistent with the left hand. Where did you see the right hand at True Grit? Shoot it on my shoot me the DM real quick on IG. Or join the panel and put the picture in the back chat. I haven't seen no pictures of the right hand, bro. Hey True Gritter, where you get that information from? I ain't never heard of that. Somebody say he would have KO'd him. I don't know if he would have KO'd him, but I'm sure he was the favorite in that fight. Just because of having so much championship experience. He's been at this level for quite some time. So I don't see it. I don't see him needing to do that. Yeah. And I know some of y'all were like, what? I thought you was a Crawford fan. I am a boxing fan too. And I like Jermell Charlo. I don't think he has no, you know what I mean? I don't think he has no reason to do this. This was a big payday. It's a good payday for the kid. You know what I'm saying? And then this pushing back, you know, come on, man. Pushing back bills, pushing back stuff. He was counting on that check, bro. It's not easy or cheap to reschedule these events. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, to be fair, some of this Charlo might have brought on himself, some would say, because he has fought two opponents, and his two opponents had injuries, and he questioned their injuries. He was like, that shit fake, blah, 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 blah. Some would say, hey, this is the chickens coming home to roost, some would say, right? Castaño thinks so. Let's go to what Castaño had to say on Twitter. And let's see this. Let's see some of this. Let's go right here. Let's see what Castaño had to say. Oh, here we go. Let's read what Jermell posted first. He said, 37 fights in. That's a lot of fights. 37 fights in. Ain't never had to postpone ish. Never back out or down from any man. I'm king of 154. This ain't no mental health issue. This ain't no sling you can go buy at the pharmacy like Castaño did. I'm gonna bounce back and give my supporters 2 fights this year. Stay tuned. I don't know about that. What's the second fight gonna be? Or is he gonna do a tune-up and then Castaño? Then Tim Tszyu. Is that gonna be the 2 fights? He's gonna do a tune-up when he come back, and then do the other fight. Fight is mandatory. Or I don't think he can do that though. I don't think he can fight somebody else then it's mandatory. I think he got to go straight into it. I'm gonna open the phone lines up as well. Let me see. There we go. I can't hear it. So if you guys want to call in, let me make sure I got that link out there. I'm gonna pin that at the top. And I want to read what what's the kid name? Damn, I keep forgetting. Tim Tszyu. Let me pin that at the top. I'm over here doing 1,000 things at once, y'all. Over here working this control panel. Let's go. Let me pin this at the top. Make sure I got the phone number on the screen. Let me see what that survey's saying. Okay, do you believe Jermell Charlo's injury? We got a nice sizable sample size of this vote right here. Got like 21 votes. Got like 50 people watching though, so definitely participate in the survey. Let me know what you guys think of that. Let me go to this part right here. Let me see what Tszyu had to say about this, because you know he won't gonna let this slide. We're like, what? I'm sorry, Castaño. You know Castaño's like, what? I know you ain't injured. I know you ain't injured. After you was talking all that about me. Let me go right here. Castaño. Let me see. Where is it at? Where's Castaño? Did he delete the tweet? Here we go. Nah, he didn't. It's right here. Here we go. He tweeted this out about 6 hours ago. Let's go right here. Let's read what Castaño had to say. He said, before the Charlo rematch, I've got an injury that prevented me to use my arm for 4 weeks. I've produced a 20-page medical report from different specialists, doctors, plus MRIs, etc. Charlo put it on doubt, weeping like a girl. Oh, snap. Shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yo, he ain't gonna never live down that crying thing, bro. They ain't gonna never let that go. I don't play video games, I don't like to lose. All right. Charlo put it on doubt, weeping like a girl. Now he even talks down on people with mental health issues. He's just a bad person. He rode me. I know you meant robbed. He said he rode me. That means he put some clothes on me. No, I'm joking. He robbed me in the first fight. No excuses. He beat me fairly in the rematch, but I had to fight him not in my best condition since the WBO threatened to strip me from my belt and prevent the fight otherwise. Let's see if he receives the same treatment he deserves. Okay.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired. Okay. Castaño said he produced a 20-page medical report, different specialists, doctors, MRIs. He said Charlo put it on doubt, weeping like a girl. He even talking about people with mental issues. He's a bad person. Okay. I think Castaño had something else to say. This ain't his only thing. What else did he say? I saw some more from Brian Castaño. Here we go. He said, I hope Charlo presents medical evidence supporting that injury he mentions is real for the Tszyu fight. You never know with him. Damn, Charlo. He said, you never know with him. In any case, he now will learn that injuries does occur. He meant injuries do occur. Injuries does occur in boxing. What goes around comes around. Yeah, so this might be, somebody might say this might be the chickens coming home to roost because of the allegations that he made about Brian Castaño. Like I said, I don't believe that. I don't think the kid has any reason to do that. I had him winning the fight. My boy Stephen Bateman had him losing. But we'll talk about it. Somebody said, yeah, he rode him. Yeah, he rode me. I get it, though. I get it. So, where we at with it? Time is okay. Let me look at the clock. Just want to make sure I'm doing this at a boom. All right, so that's where I'm at with it. Let me see where we at on that survey. Do you believe Charlo's injury? I believe his injury. I just don't see it. I just don't see him. I don't see him needing a reason to do that. Especially, like I said, when you look at the images, it looks pretty legit to me. It looks pretty legit. The pictures, like I said, this is a real cast. It's definitely a real cast. You can get a doctor to get you a doctor's note, but I don't think the doctor's just gonna put you in the cast for nothing. Even still, like they would have put you in like a sand splint or something where, you know, basically it's like foam with some metal in it, kind of, and they put it on and bend it and mold it to your arm, then wrap that up. They didn't do that. He actually has a cast up here. The doctor's note, even when you're looking at it like this without the you see some of that swelling, and for them to this swelling had to be down already, some from the way it originally looked. Definitely what is down some from where it originally looked. Talk to me. Who's this? Where you from? What's your name? Where you from?
Salute, bro. It's Jimmy. I'm from the UK. I've been on your show a little while ago.
Talk to me, Jimmy. What's on your mind? What you think of this Charlo situation?
I think it's credible, Jermell Charlo. I think he's a legitimate fighter, a champion. I think if he says he's injured, then he's injured.
Yeah, I think so too. You think this is more like the chickens coming home to roost, since he accused Harrison of faking an injury, accused Castaño of faking an injury? Do you think, I didn't think he had to do all of this, but I guess in this situation, this time where it seems like he feels he had to come out with all this quote unquote proof. What do you think? Dub right side, what up?
Yeah, bro, I think so. I think the problem is, the things Charlo said about his other fighters that are pulled out in the past, with Castaño and Harrison, he's, demanded proof of them and claimed that they were liars. So I think it's good that he's covered some ground, because you don't want to look like a hypocrite. So I think it was, yeah.
Does he need to pull out the X-rays, or is this enough? The stuff we have on the screen, is that enough?
I think that's enough, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a guy that doesn't have a track record of being a liar. So I think, look, if he's injured, he's injured. I'm sure it's going to cost him a lot of money to reschedule his camp, and I mean that sounds like a lot of hassle for just to avoid Tszyu. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. You got the floor.
Yeah, I think he's legitimate, to be honest. I don't think he's a duck in Tszyu. I think he'd look forward to the fight. This is a guy, to be honest, that has been fighting once a year over the last while. So, and he was talking about how he wanted to fight 3 times this year, I believe. Next year, 2023, right, in a week. So you can't go from talking about fighting 3 times a year to pulling out fights and then putting yourself in a potential situation where you could lose the belt. Casemiro, he kept pulling out of his mandatory defense with Paul Butler, and the WBO ended up stripping him because he couldn't validate his reasons. So I don't think it's fake, man. I think it's legit.
Okay. All right. What's up? What else is on your mind? You want to get? You had anything else on this topic you want to speak on? Or
yeah, bro.
Go for it.
Yeah, I feel like, to be honest, bro, I'm about to say something controversial. I actually think Bud Crawford, because I don't think the Spence fight will happen. I think Bud Crawford should actually activate his super champion status and move up and fight Tszyu, bro, for the vacant interim belt. Because as super champion, Crawford can move up now and become direct mandatory. And but the issue is there's already a mandatory in place, right? Kind of similar to what Andrade was going to do with Zach Parker. They're going to move up and fight for the interim belt. So actually, this is a beautiful opportunity for Crawford. So if he moves up to 54, triggers the mandatory, him and Tszyu would have to fight for the vacant WBO interim 154 belt. And if he blasts out Tszyu, then he's got a direct shot at Charlo, the unified champion. I think for Terence Crawford, this could be a huge opportunity.
Hey, look, but the super champ doesn't have. He's not just a champion moving up. The super champ, he doesn't have to fight interim. He doesn't have to fight a vacant guy for an interim title. He could just go up and fight him. According to
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But when Demetrius Andrade, he tried to do that. If there's already a mandatory in place,
he wasn't a super champ. He wasn't a super champ, as far as I know. He was the champion, but
okay.
I don't think he was a super champ. He didn't get the super champ ring. They give out a ring at their convention. I don't recall Andre ever getting a super champ ring.
But since the WBO have called Tszyu as mandatory, then would they strip his mandatory and give it to Bud? I'm not sure how that works.
I doubt if they might get sued for that shit.
Yeah. So I think in a good situation, because I think the Tszyu fight for Bud, I think that's a good fight. It's a very winnable fight. And if he beats him, he'll become interim champion, which I think is a little better than mandatory. It gives you more negotiating power as far as the splits or whatever, the other situation is. So I think this is a huge opportunity for Bud. I actually want Bud to step on this because I'll be honest, bro, I know a lot of fans want the EJ fight, but I mean, it's been 5 years. I feel like at some point we've got to move on. And I think this is a huge opportunity for Bud. I think he should trigger it, bro. He should trigger his super status and either become mandatory or ask the WBO to fight Tim. Charlo could be out of the ring for 6 months. They're saying that the injury might take up to 3 months to heal, and then he's got to go to rehab and then a training camp. I mean, we're looking at potentially 6 to 9 months. So I think in the meantime, Bud could angle himself into a position where he could fight for the WBO interim title against Tszyu. And if he beats Tszyu, which I think he will do, then he's the number one guy knocking on Charlo's door for all the belts.
Well, according to this doctor note, they said he's down for 2 months.
Okay.
That'll be like February the 23rd, cast to come off. But, you know, you don't just start punching stuff as soon as you take the cast off, you know?
Yeah, but what do you think about that, bro? The situation where maybe this is an opportunity for Bud, though, to become
well,
get a big fight.
He can't fight him. He said no. He said you said he can't. If I can't fight him, he ain't gonna fight Mel. Do you think Errol Spence got the pull like that to go into to tell this guy who he can and can't fight? Can he do that?
I hope not, bro, because I mean, Jermell Charlo's, you know, marketed himself as a dog and a proper champion. So if he's letting, you know, Errol Spence dictate his career, which is very strange, though, I don't know why he'd let him do that, because Errol Spence isn't his manager, his advisor, or his promoter. So I don't know why that would be an issue. But if he does, then I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, that's pretty messed up, though. Then I guess Bud Crawford's been frozen out then.
Not all the way. So do you think all three of these guys are gonna wait for Errol, Thurman? Like all of these guys are going a different route than the WBO. Thurman's going the WBC route. Boots is doing the IBF route because he said his father just put out a video saying, look, he got 120 days after he fight the WBC mandatory. That's 4 months to either fight us or drop the belt. WBA is what's the kid name? Damn, Virgil Ortiz. So Virgil Ortiz is trying to be the WBA mandatory. Spence, Thurman is trying to do the WBC. Boots is trying to do the IBF route. But those three guys are 1, 2, and 3 in the WBO for Crawford. I don't hear none of them saying, well, since Spence is out, fuck it, let me exercise and go exercise my right as my rankings in the WBO. Nobody's doing that. Number 4, I think, is Conor Benn. You know what's up with Conor Benn, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was on that ooey. You know,
Yeah.
And then you got number 5 is the interim, which is Alexis Roca. And then you got number 6, David Avanesyan. He just fought him. So now I don't want to see Crawford go in there and fight Alexis Roca in his next fight. But when I think about it, and when you guys think about it, that's the next guy up. If 1, 2, and 3 are waiting for Errol Spence, number 4 is the drug cheat, and he's on suspension. The next guy in the WBO ranking is Alexis Roca. Yeah, and I don't think he's gonna get no credit for fighting Alexis Roca. I don't think so. Even though
you're right.
Nobody's gonna do like I just did and go through the rankings and understand, hey, because low-key these guys look like they petitioning to get the belt if Spence drops it. Like if Spence says, hey, when I come back, I'm gonna fight Keith Thurman, and after that, I'm dropped the belt, so moved up. Boots is gonna get a vacant belt because Virgil Ortiz is gonna get a vacant belt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you, bro. My thing, me personally, I won't hold it against Bud, because if number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are unavailable, then number 5 automatically becomes number 1, because if number 1 leaves the building, then you can only, you know, fight whoever's there. So and Alexis Rocha is coming off a huge win over my boy Black Hubs in there. So that was a bit of a high profile win. But it's right, bro. I mean, it's not really, especially at this stage of Crawford's career. I mean, it's not. I feel like Crawford, the things he wants are the Jermell fights and the EJ. That's why I was hoping he'd get the Jermell fight, because I don't think the EJ fight will happen. Well, it doesn't look like it'll happen. I mean, we've been waiting half a decade. So
that's crazy, bro. That shit still blow my mind. And when you break down the science, people like, and you talk to them about it, they don't even want to hear. They're like, fuck it, buzz it up, whatever. I'm like, oh man, you guys argue like little kids. Like, no. I'm like, bro, this is science. Like, I can pull the rankings up. Matter of fact, it's December. Let me see if the WBO changed their rankings. Because a lot of people was telling me earlier this month, Mark Nash, Boots is his mandatory. Boots is his mandatory. I'm like, no, he's not. Boots ain't even number 1 in the WBO rankings. So I don't know where people are getting this from.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in Virgil because I really wanted Virgil and Crawford because for me,
Me
I
too.
just thought if that fight with Errol couldn't happen, I loved the Virgil Ortiz and Crawford fight. Like he was a young, rising contender versus the veteran champion Crawford. So, but now that's gone, and the EJ fight. I mean, that's been going on for several years. I don't know, bro. I feel like I don't know. Bro. Like, it's difficult because every good option that we want Bud to take, and which he wants to openly, because he's been calling Jermell Charlo out as well. So man, I don't. It's become difficult. I
You mean
think.
Jermell Charlo?
Yeah, sorry, bro. Yeah, Jermell Charlo. Yeah, he's been calling him out, calling him the cheerleader, saying I want you next if I don't get thing. I think it'll be a bad look on Jamal though because you can't let Errol Spence dictate your career.
Oh, I'm sorry. They just changed the ratings. Okay. They've just changed it. So good. They have changed the ratings. They did an update. So we got a December update. But it's still 1, 2, and 3 is Virgil, Jerron, and Thurman. You can't make those guys fight you if those guys are ranked in another sanction body as well. And they saying, nah, we want Errol Spence. Virgil, Keith, and Boots want Errol Spence. Two of those guys have already petitioned. Thurman has petitioned. WBC accepted. Boots has petitioned to be next. You got 120 days to fight us after Keith Thurman, or you got to give up the belt. It looked like Errol Spence 2023 is already planned out. Even if he is healthy and able, let's say at earliest he can come back in April. He's done. Like his year's planned out.
The crazy thing is
3 times. He's not gonna fight 3 times, bro.
No, I mean he hasn't in a long time. I mean he averages more, car wrecks than he does fights over the last 3 years. So I think personally, it's just this really rough situation that Bud's in. I'm not sure where he goes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think maybe that's the best fight for him right now that's available. You know what? There's actually another fight. If Josh Taylor beats Jack Catterall and looks good, I think his next fight will be at 47, and I think he'll jump the queue and become mandatory for Bud's belt. And I think that's a massive fight, especially if they have it in the UK. For Bud, I think that's a massive fight. Former undisputed champion, undefeated guy, and top 10 half a pound guy by some people. So
somebody in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. My boy Dub right side in chat. He said Virgil's fighting Stanionis. Boots said he head toward Bud. I don't know where that's at. I don't know. That's one thing to say. It's another thing. It's one thing to say it in an interview. It's another thing to say that to the commission and to the sanctioning bodies and petition for that spot. And that's not what they petitioned for the IBF. And that's I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, bro, do you know what the crazy thing is? And I'm actually breaking up with laughter because as soon as Bud Crawford drops that belt, bro, I promise you, all the vultures are going to come out. They're going to be jumping over each other trying to get that WBO belt. You're going to see multiple petitions. You're going to see people going to going through the legal option to try and get that belt. It's going to be crazy. But as soon as Bud's got it, bro, no one wants it. It's like,
that's crazy.
It's off limits.
That's crazy, bro. Like all 3 of these dudes trying to fight a guy that's injured. And what's going to happen, Boots has a fight coming up next. I don't see Boots fighting matter of fact, that Charlo, he fighting on the Tank Davis card. So I don't see Boots fighting in January and then fighting Crawford. And I don't see that. He hasn't even put in a petition to do that. I don't see him fighting that guy. I don't see him fighting before that Errol Spence title shot.
See, my thing with Boots is this still
fight. Errol Spence gonna come back and fight Keith Thurman or whoever he fights. I believe they said it's gonna be Keith Thurman. After he fights that guy, it's gonna be Boots, or he's gonna drop the belts. And I'm betting that he's gonna drop the belts on me.
I agree, bro. I don't think there's the opportunity that Kell Brook gave him was mandatory. I think it's not fair if he doesn't give that same opportunity to Boots. But my problem with Boots is this: instead of calling Crawford out on Instagram and Fight Hype or whatever, well, why don't you actually put in the petition and fight him, bro? Because with Virgil gone, you've got the direct route to the WBO title, right? You don't have to fight for an interim title. You can fight for a real title through the WBO against someone that a lot of people consider the top fighter in the sport and the top guy at welterweight. So instead of calling him out on Instagram, just dude, fight the guy. Just put the paperwork in, and you can fight him. You know, for a career high payday for a world title, and it's a massive event, especially for him.
Oh, say that last part again.
No, I was saying I feel like instead of calling Bud Crawford out on Instagram, he should put in the paperwork and become his mandatory, because with the Virgil gone, Boots is the number 2 guy. There's nothing blocking Boots from fighting Crawford straight away. He doesn't have to fight for an interim bell or wait on Spence. You put the petition in and become Bud's mandatory, and then May or June they'll order the fight. So I don't see what the problem is. But I mean, Boots gets a lot of hype, bro. I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like, instead of talking about it on Instagram or going to different media outlets, why don't you just put in the paperwork and actually fight Crawford for a real belt against a top level guy?
Where you seeing that at? I'm on his IG right now, and I don't see it. I don't see nothing about him calling out Crawford.
No, I meant on social media, in interviews and on social media, he mentions that him and his father talk about fighting Crawford a lot. I've seen a lot of clips on Twitter already.
Where? 'Cause I got this interview. The most recent one where he said Spence got to fight us in 120 days, or got to drop the belt. He said he got 120 days. I can pull the video up and play the audio. Somebody said I'm supposed to say BOZY and Boots lying. I ain't trying to say you saying they lying. I just don't know where you heard that from. In the interview I got, they said they going the IBF route. You can't, he said Spence got 120 days. I'll play it up. It's on YSM Media. Shout out to YSM Media. But I'm just looking at it right there. Like, Virgil's fighting Stanley Jonas. Boots is fighting on January. Boots is fighting in January. And his next fight is supposed to be Errol Spence. So when is the Bud fight supposed to happen? That's all I'm saying right side. We ain't got to call nobody a quote-unquote liar. But when is the fight? Because he's fighting in January, and his next fight is supposed to be Spence, or Spence going to drop the title. Where's the next fight at? And it's crazy that people saying, like, the most ridiculous shit about Crawford, who's a 6-time champion with 39 fights. On the flip side, Ennis got about 30 fights with no title. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, and I like Ennis. My picture with Ennis is actually my avatar on my IG. But the guy got 29 fights, 27 knockouts, no titles. Another guy got 10 more fights than him, 29 versus 39, 6 titles. 2-time lineal, undisputed, fighter of the year. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, he's
that's
on the pound for pound.
This guy, like, this guy ain't even on the pound for pound list. Like, never won a title. Has even won like one of these. That shit crazy for me.
I think he's about to win his first paper title, right? When he fights the interim belt, the next guy. So he's 30 fights deep, and I mean, he's about to get his first half a belt. So
that shit crazy to me. Like, I'm like, y'all don't even like boxing. Y'all like personalities more than anything. But
I think it's just a hate for Bud. I think it's a hate for Bud because they'll mention a lot of names. Because I've been seeing the Boots name attached to Crawford a lot as well, even though Spence is mandatory. But it's like you said, bro. I mean, look, you put the receipts on the table. This is the timeline, and these are the scheduled fights. So how can he fight Bud? How can Bud fight him? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. That shit crazy to me, man. That shit is crazy. That this guy is a killer. And they say Bud ain't fought nobody. If Bud ain't fought nobody, who the fuck did Boots fight? He fought the best guy that was in front of him. Fight the guy that they can afford to fight. You know what I'm saying? The guy who we can afford to fight. Because they got to pay some of these opponents, man. These opponents ain't coming with the money. Like, hey, we want to fight you. Here's what we got. Yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. And when I look at this guy right here, and I'm looking at these rankings, just going by the rankings, all 3 of those guys are going a different route. But y'all hate this kid Crawford so bad. And I'm like, yo, y'all ain't saying nothing to Boots. Like, yo, why you waiting for Errol Spence? Virgil Ortiz, how are you the number 1 over here? Instead of just saying, hey, I want to petition so I can fight Crawford next. You like, nah, I'm gonna do a Stanley Jonas to get in line to fight Errol Spence. What? You number one right here. Go and fight the guy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nobody says nothing about it. They just be like, Crawford this, Crawford that, Crawford that. I'm like, so y'all ain't gonna say nothing about 1, 2, and 3 over here, just all of them trying to fight one guy. All 3 of y'all can't fight that one guy?
Yeah.
In 1 year? Come on, man. All 3 of y'all can't fight him in 1 year? No pressure.
Yeah, I think, guys. Do you know what it is? I think with Virgil, I think what Golden Boy hoping for is if he gets the regular belt, that Spence might drop the belt and then Virgil will just become elevated to full champion.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Same with Boots.
Or after that, Keith Thurman. Yeah. Or same thing with Boots. Motherfuckers gonna get a vacant belt.
Yeah, just become elevated.
Or they gonna fight a guy who just fought Keith Thurman. That's gonna be Spence first time fighting twice in 1 year. Since when? When the last time you fought twice in 1 year? Anybody in the chat know? Anybody know last time you fought twice in 1 year?
I think it's
been a while.
Years.
It's been a while.
2019, I think.
2019.
Mikey. Yeah, so nearly 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, when he fought Mikey and Porter, and then he had the car crash. Then he fought Danny that year. Then he took another year off, came back and fought Ugas, and then he took, I think, 18 months off because of the crash and the surgery. So, yeah, man, it's been nearly 4 years.
And look at the competition it was, too. Respectfully. Yeah. Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter is not the same as fighting Keith Thurman and then Boots Ennis.
Yeah. We find Danny and Ugas. No disrespect to Ugas. I mean, the guy had the belt, but I mean, no one was asking for that fight. The fans wanted the Crawford fight.
Oh, somebody was like, when the last time Bud did? You missing the forest from the trees. We're talking about it's 3 guys waiting to fight one guy. It's 3 guys waiting to fight one guy. When the last time he fought 2 or 3 guys in a year? It ain't about Crawford right now. We're talking about these 3 guys not fighting Crawford. And Virgil Ortiz just waiting. He want to fight Stanionis instead of Crawford. Boots said, hey, I'm going to fight this guy right here as a tune-up. You fight Keith Thurman and then fight me. I ain't mad at that. Virgil Ortiz, 0 pressure from the audience, from the fan. They just act like he don't even exist. Somebody, yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, I was really disappointed in Virgil because I really thought that could have been a really good fight, though. I favored Bud definitely to win, but I thought the Virgil and Crawford fight it could have been a war. I mean, you got a young guy, both guys can punch, both guys got speed, dog. It was a really electric fight because of the styles, but yeah, man, you just didn't go the route. I mean, the Boots thing, bro, it's like when people question Crawford's resume and they say, oh, who's avanesyan or Jeff Horn or Porter or, whatever he's done and his accomplishments. And then they bring up Boots, a guy that's 30 fights deep, has never won a belt, has never fought a top 5 welterweight. Like, surely if Crawford hasn't done anything, why would you hype up someone like Boots or Virgil? It is crazy, bro.
Because it's personal. I think, bro. I just think it's personal. For some reason, they just don't like the kid. I really think it just comes from their YouTube daddy telling them who to like and who not to like. I mean, you can read the chat. Some of these dudes ain't even creative with the nicknames. They use a nickname that a YouTube daddy gave them. They're not even creative enough to come with a diss name of their own, which is rude anyway, of course. Like, I don't have to call these guys out their name to talk about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because I love this shit and I know how to talk boxing. I can talk the records, the resume. We can go through the sanctioning bodies, the judging, the scoring, however you wanted to go. Calling the punch, however you want to do it. Calling the fights, we can do it. But just saying that, doing name calling all night, nigga, please. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Do better. Do better as a boxing fan. You get what I'm saying? Especially when I'm not up here disrespecting your favorite fighter for no reason. I ain't just up here calling people crazy names for nothing. It's a new day. Now, granted, have I done it before? Hell yeah. I was a part of the problem. I'm trying to be a part of the solution now. We can talk boxing. But do you want to talk boxing or do you just want to insult fighters? Come on, man. Get the hell up out of here. Get the hell up out of here. These niggas ain't even creative. They use names.
A lot of the hardcore Errol Spence fans, they're some of the worst boxing fans I've ever seen. Like, you could be giving them real proof, like of Crawford trying to make the fight several times, real timelines, and they'll just ignore everything and just say, no, that's Crawford's fault. So I don't even debate a lot of the guys anymore because I'm like giving them literal facts, receipts, like proof, and they rebuttal it with just opinions and rumors and gossip. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. LB said if Bud beats Boots, he said if Bud beats Boots, Spence would never fight him. I ain't gonna say that. But that's your opinion. You're totally entitled to your opinion. And the phone line is open if you want to call in and voice your opinion. I lost my homie who was on the line. 470-705-9507. 470-705-9507. Skins Reds said, I was the first one to call. I ain't never heard you speak, so I don't even know if you can talk. So I don't think you're the first one that came up with it. You have no proof of that. Dub right side, he said, salute. Stephen Espino, Modern King said, he said, Spence isn't fighting Bud anyway. Bro, got to move forward. You got to move forward, fam. I'm off of it. I'm just curious why these other three guys are waiting. I never heard, and it's funny, the fans keep pushing for Bud to fight the guy, and I'm all for it. Go ahead, fight him. I don't think he's going to get credit. I don't think the fans are going to give him credit for beating Boots Ennis. They're not. I'm telling you, man, I've been following this shit for a long time. I'm telling you, once you don't like somebody, you got your mind made up, I ain't rocking with you, ain't nothing they gonna do. Ain't nothing they can say. It's over. It's a wrap. It's finito. Ship is sailed. Bon voyage, homie. If they ain't rocking with you, they ain't rocking with you. They're gonna bring up Boots in his resume, and they're gonna say, man, Boots wasn't just that. Boots just wasn't that good. He wasn't as good as we thought he was. He don't have no experience. Yeah, that's gonna be the one. That's day one. I heard, bro. I've seen it every time with these people, man. It's the same shit. Like they say this before the fight, then after the fight, they was like, well, this, well, that. This guy was Kell Brook was damaged goods, but they were saying, hey, this is gonna be his first full welterweight, forgetting the fact that he already don't fought bigger guys than, you know what I'm saying. Jeff Harmon's a big ass dude. It was like, all right, but he won't nobody. Kell Brook gonna be his first real test. I was like, this dude just beat Manny Pacquiao, and Crawford beat him right after that. Well, he didn't really beat Manny Pacquiao. Shit, Manny Pacquiao didn't stop him. Manny Pacquiao left it in the judges' hands. And he had Manny Pacquiao leaking. Yeah, whether it was elbow, headbutt, whatever. He couldn't do none of that shit with Crawford. So y'all looking at that. Y'all ain't looking at how the fight actually play out. But it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be, man. Like I said, when people don't rock with you, yo, ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do. Just go out there, keep winning, and let the people who make the decisions, the people who do the Hall of Fame voting, the people that vote you for the ESPYs, the people who do support your fights, the people who do go to your fights, rock with the people that's rocking with you. Because the people who don't rock with you, man, shit, you'll spend a lifetime trying to change their opinion, and you still won't get it done. You'll give, man, you can give them your kidney. And they was like, should have gave me the other one. Fuck your kidneys, nigga. I'm just saying, people are relentless, man, and it's truly unfortunate. It's truly unfortunate. Lou Zazo, nah, I'm not calling you that. I'm gonna just call you Lou. Lou said, what it do? What's up, Lou? Got Donald Trump looking like the Joker. All right. Major Key Boxing. What up, fam? It is what it is. So let me say this, man. Can I go to the next one? Can I go to the next topic? What time is it? That's all I wanted to say on that, man. At the end of the day, nobody questions why is Virgil Ortiz fighting Stanionis instead of fighting Crawford? Right now, you're number one, dog. You are number one. Let me share these rankings because, and I'm glad I'm glad they updated these rankings, and I'm still proving right because last month everybody kept trying to tell me Boost number one. Boost is mandatory. Boost number one. No, he's not. He's not. He's not. They're going the IBF route. Just watch, check out YSM Media and look at every interview they do when they talking about this shit. They talking about fighting the other kid, yo. Bama Blow, I know. He declined, and it went to Sean Porter. And then that shit went to Purse Vid. It went to Purse Vid. It might have went to him, Porter, then back to him, then back to Porter. And they was like, look, somebody got to fight this dude. And that's what I'm telling y'all. It's going to happen again. Somebody going to have to fight this dude. I just hope it ain't Alexis Roca, number 4. Because even though number 4 is Alexis Roca, he had that good win over Blair Cobb, people gonna be mad at Bud for fighting Alexis Roca. Like, he fighting Alexis Roca. But Keith Thurman, Jerron, and Ortiz ain't fighting them. They going the Errol Spence route, and that's okay. It's okay, shit. I ain't mad at that, because if you win, you get 3 titles all in one. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. But all 3 of y'all can't fight the dude one time, especially when the kid is injured right now. Errol Spence is out the game. He on the injured reserve list. Let that man heal. Let him come back stronger than ever, and we'll see what happens next. He said April, May, or June. All right, well, what's going to happen until then? Y'all just going to wait till what happens after that and let time go by? And so what y'all trying to fight Spence, what, in October, November, December? All right. Good luck with that. Boston Scholar, holla, homie. Done dot in the building. What up, QT? He said Scanionis got screwed over. Nah, he took the money, QT. QT, what up? Nah, Stanionis took the bread. Took a lot of money. Took a nice step aside check for so Ugas and Spence could fight. That happened. It ain't like they just said like screw you. Nah, he took the bread, took the bag. As most people would. Most people would. Like, yo, I get a free check. I ain't okay, and I still get a chance to fight for it. All right, cool. Let's do it. You know they promise you shit too, right? They tell you like, yeah, man, we got you. Hey, look, might have pulled a Jake Paul and threw in a car or something. Take this Honda Accord. A Bama blow. He said Virgil declined the Crawford shot. The Boston Scholar building said, we know why. Dub right side, what up? Bama blow in the building. What right side said? Right side said, according to BOZY and Boots, they can fight anywhere. I gotta see it. Just speaking on what they saying. Where's the video at, right side? You know who did the interview? So I can pull it up. Because I'm gonna pull up this one right here where they said they got 120 days. I'm gonna pull this interview up. Because I like Boots Ennis. And if you got that clip out there, I would love to hear it. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. Matter of fact, I'll just type in BOZY Ennis. Let me type in BOZY Ennis Terence Crawford. Let's see what he said. Let me see this most recent one. He got a recent, anything he said recent? 2 months, 2 weeks. BOZY. I remember he said he talking about Terence Crawford knocking out. He said he started too late. He said can't start late against Spence. He talking about Crawford. I think Crawford was getting some rounds off too, working. Somebody say to say he started late and he stopped the guy in the 6 rounds is still kind of wild, right? Like you knocked the guy out in round 6. The guy, you only did 5 full rounds. And people are saying, oh, that was a bad performance. Bro, it only went 5.5 rounds and it was over. Which is crazy that people are like, oh, you started late. The fight just started and then just ended. They only did 5 rounds. Crawford always does that, though. He is a notorious slow starter, but he says he likes to fill the guys out for the first 3 rounds. He said, plus his trainer told him, hey, yo, don't go in there and throw everything with the hard shots right away. You know, it's the shock of the punch still that knocks a lot of these guys out. Let me see. I don't see the BOZY Ennis Terence Crawford. BOZY Ennis keeps it 100 on Spence versus Ugas. Can't stand in front of a man like Spence like that. Let me see. I'm trying to find this BOZY Ennis. BOZY Ennis talking about Terence Crawford. Let me see. I don't see it right side. Let me see. BOZY Ennis, Terence Crawford. Filter. This on any channel. How long ago was it, right side? Was it a week ago? Was it a month ago? Why haven't they stripped him yet? Because he about to fight Terence Crawford. I mean, he about to fight Keith Thurman. He about to fight Keith Thurman. When he come back, he gonna fight Keith Thurman. Somebody said it don't matter. Boot said they're gonna go on the IBF route. So Spence got 120. I know that. I can play that audio. I'm trying to find the stuff where BOZY Ennis, Terence Crawford, or Boots Ennis calling out Terence Crawford. I'm gonna put newest video, let's say this week. Spence accident pushing his return back date. IBF should talk to us about that. That's what BOZY Ennis saying 4 days ago. All right, let's play this. I'm still don't see nothing with Terence Crawford. I don't see them calling out Terence Crawford. I see Spence. And this is BOZY. Don't see it. Don't see it. All right, but let's play this. Let's play this.
Versus Crawford for Undisputed.
Hold on, let me see if y'all can hear this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
Speaking of that situation, Errol Spence just got into another card. So it looks like he's pushing his return date back.
Sidebar, I've rocked with BOZY Ennis too. He was real cool. Gave me an interview when I met him. Chopped it up with him. Interview with Boots. Flicked it up to some pictures. They did not have to do that. I was definitely a super upstart then. If I'm an upstart now, shoot, I won't. Man, I was a chat nigga with a camera at that time. I ain't having, bro. So I appreciate BOZY. He ain't have to do that. Spent a lot of time too. We kicked it. We walked out the building together because we was the last people in there, and they waited around to do the interview with me. You know what I'm saying? We walking out, they locking the door and shit. That's how late we was. We the last people like that. Him, Louis Audius was there, man. It was cool. It was cool. Good people. Good people. So, like I said, I ain't trying to shit on BOZY or Boots. You know what I'm saying? Not in the slightest. I just don't understand where homie in the chat got that information from. That's why I'm just trying to cite the sources, you know, run that shit through the fax machine. But let me play this audio. Let's check it out. Shout out to YSM Sports Media. They dropped this 2 days ago. BOZY Ennis reacts to Spence car accident, pushing his return back. IBL should talk to us about that. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
Speaking of that situation, Errol Spence just got into another car accident. So it looks like he's pushing his return date back.
Way back in February, April or something. Yeah.
In May or June.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, ain't nothing really I can say about that, you know what I mean? But they should do something about that, though. You know what I mean? You know, since he in another accident, they should at least talk to us about that situation. You know what I mean? And see what we feel about that situation. Should he give the title up and just wait to fight Spence? Or wait to fight Crawford or what? So I don't know what they gonna do with that.
Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again. He talking about Spence. He ain't talking about him fighting Crawford.
To see what we feel about that situation. Should he give the title up and just wait to fight Spence? Or wait to fight Crawford or what? So I don't know what they gonna do with that.
I don't think Spence gonna do that. Do y'all see Spence dropping the title, the IBF, just to fight Crawford? Would y'all be accepting of that, or would y'all think it was like a duck? Lisa, you sent it on what? You sent it on Twitter, IG? Where you sent it at? Lisa said she sent me some. Where you sent it at? IG, or did you send an email? Okay, I got it. Lisa Bell's link. Let's hear this. Oh yeah, there we go. Lisa, I'm playing that first one where he got the blue hoodie on. That's the one I'm playing right now. Let me see this one. What's this other one Lisa got? Yeah, that's him reacting to the knockout. I see that too. None of that. I seen those videos. There's none of that him saying we trying to fight Crawford right now. Let me see this though. Let's play the rest of this.
Yeah, he has a lot of mandatories. I guess three are due.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody wants their shot.
Yeah.
Could we just see a situation where he might just drop all the belts and just go ahead with the fight with Crawford?
Yeah,
to call it a,
it's possible. And he'd still be undisputed though.
In everybody's mind.
Yeah, everybody in his mind, he'd still be undisputed if he do drop the title.
I don't agree with that. If Spence dropped that IBF to fight Crawford, so he would have to fight Crawford, and he wins, people ain't gonna say, I don't think people are gonna say he's quote unquote undisputed. They're gonna say, nah, you gotta fight Boots Ennis for that IBF. You gotta fight him, which would be crazy. It's the belt you dropped to do the biggest fight that you want. I'm telling you, man, I seen these boxing fans on both sides of this shit, whether you're a Crawford fan or you're a Spence fan. Some people are gonna say, okay, you dropped your belt so you can give us the biggest fight that we've been wanting. Now, granted, it's not for undisputed anymore. It'll be a 3-belt unification, which he already has. You get what I'm saying? You drop 1 belt, so now you down to 2 belts, so you can fight a guy to get 3 belts again. Then you got to go back and fight the other guy to get the 4. I don't see it.
It never heard of it.
I don't think he's gonna do that. Anybody think he'll do that? Let me play the last bit of this clip, and I'm gonna play the joints Lisa sent me.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we know he's one of the best. He got 3 titles, man. You know what I mean? So even if he dropped the titles and fighting for the WBO, hey, undisputed.
BOZY just trying to get his son the title. Come on, BOZY. I like BOZY Ennis, but come on, BOZY. BOZY, I get it, but he's saying what he's supposed to say. That's a father, that's a trainer, that's his son. You know what I'm saying? Of course he gonna say that. Yeah, drop the title. Go fight Bud. Shit, let us have our championship. You know what I mean? In my opinion, of course he's supposed to say that. Let me see this last part.
Does that fight need belts, or is it big enough to just go?
I don't think that fight needs belts.
Oh, do y'all think it need a belt? Let me put that survey in the chat. Do y'all think Spence versus Crawford, does it need to be for undisputed? Does it need to be for a title? Come on, let me see a hypocrite out there and say, yeah, it got to be for undisputed. Or say, no, it ain't got to be for undisputed. And that'll be the real hypocrite shit. People say, nah, it don't have to be for undisputed, Mark Nash. What? It don't have to be for undisputed? You sure? Because if that's the case, Spence and Crawford could have fought instead of Spence and Ugas. Come on, man. Could have saw that. You could have saw that if you don't care about the undisputed. Nah, y'all want that undisputed. I just can't see the kid Spence dropping his IBF to let Boots have it to fight Crawford for the W. If he does, though, man, I'm going to tilt my hat to him because for me, it don't matter. It would be nice to see that undisputed twice. But for me, honestly, fam, yeah, I got to put a case on that, Modern King. I got to put a case on it. I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. I can't see him doing it. Why would he do that? To be a 3-belt unification again? Errol Spence ain't about to do that shit, in my opinion.
It never heard of it.
Never heard of that. Boxing Sanji said, no, it doesn't, as far as making sense. He said, but it would be better if it was for undisputed. Okay. The Boxing Scholar said, Boo's dad playing chess. Now, Boo's dad trying to get his son a title, man. He want one of his, bro, I think this is 3rd son to be a pro boxer. You want to have a world champion, bro. You've been raising these pups, man, raising them from pups, man. And then they become some dogs in the ring. Boots is the one that keeps staying disciplined because he's seen what happened with his 2 older brothers. He's staying disciplined year round, staying in that gym, ain't blowing up in weight, ain't out there. Because the brothers, they didn't party. I mean, they might party, but they wasn't jailbirds doing shit like that. But yeah, that Philly life caught up to him. You feel me? They some good brothers. I met Farah same day I met Boots and BOZY. Good dudes. Mad Dog said, I'll pay for the fight no matter what, but I want to see undisputed at 147. All right. So y'all do care. Them belts represent lineal status. 1 versus 2. I ain't mad at that. Put a case on it, homie. I ain't mad at that. Dundaddy said at this point, one of these guys have to fight Boots. I agree. Somebody got to fight the kid. But also, he put himself in a position to go the IBF route. And that's okay. If that's what he want to do, that's okay. I mean, because if he can fight the guy and beat him, that'll be 3 titles. With 1 fight, you become a 3-belt unified champion in 1 fight. That's special, man. You 1 belt away from being undisputed. If he can fight Spence at the end of the year, if Spence don't drop this belt and fight him, and that's the crazy thing for the dude to be such a dog and such a beast. General consensus is he's gonna drop that belt after he fight Thurman in that 120 days. I haven't heard too many people saying, "Oh nah, that's gonna happen," and we're excited for it. I can't wait for it. I don't hear them say, "Man, forget Crawford." He's the same people that say he's a bum, he's a dud, whatever. Toby Top Rank, all these crazy slanderous names. None of them say, well, forget him, fight Thurman, fight Boots, you know what I'm saying? Fight the other top guys. I don't hear him say that. Nobody's calling for that. And the general consensus from what I've hearing is guys, people think he's going to drop the belt. Unfortunately. But shit, if Crawford is still at 147, then that'll be great. Go, and that's when you fight Boots for the title. And then we got a nice fight. But I think it's gonna end up being Virgil. If he dropped the belt and goes up, it'll be Virgil get one, he get one, and then they'll be fighting each other for unification. Both still be undefeated. He did say it's hard to make weight. He did say it's hard to make 147. I know what you meant. 147. He did. Yes, he did. He said this shit ain't easy and it ain't fun. And I get it. Shit, he a grown ass man trying to make 147 pounds. Yeah, I get it though. I ain't tripping on him. The boxing world deserves to know who's the real top dog at 147. I agree, bro. I agree. Make some noise for that. Couldn't agree more. Dundada said he said it's not a two-headed monster anymore. All three guys have to round robin to determine the best. Oh, you don't think so? You think so? Hold up. So even if Spence beats Bud or Bud beats Spence, you still think those guys still got to fight Boots and Virgil? They can't just go off into the sunset? Is that what you're saying? Dundada? Dundada said it's not a two-headed monster anymore. All three guys have to round robin. Damn. Hold on, three guys. Who's the three guys? Crawford. What you talking about? Crawford, Spence, and Boots? Okay. But yeah, his dad talking about drop the belts. Damn, BOZY.
That fight don't need no belts. It's big enough, man.
He said Crawford and Spence don't need no belts.
Everybody want to see that fight.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to him. He said they don't need no fight. They don't need no belt. Let me hear what this one is. Let me see. What's this one?
I think it's everything, brother.
All right, Terence Crawford fought David Avanesyan, stopped him in the 6th round of their fight Saturday. Did you watch it?
Yes, sir. You talking about Terence Crawford and
Right, Shannon Briggs. Yeah, they be fighting in the chat, man. I be staying away from that. Shout out to Shannon Briggs.
Avanesyan?
Yeah, Avanesyan.
Yes, sir.
All right. What'd you think of the performance?
I think Crawford needed to do. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do, man. I think he started too late though, because he could have got him out of there earlier than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, and you're right. He probably could have got him out earlier than that. Why not get some shit off? Like, maybe if he pressed it, but maybe he couldn't have. Who knows? I mean, from the outside looking in, it's always easy to say if somebody playing with their food or you could have got him out of there earlier. Sometimes we'll never know. You got to let these fights play out. And it's not like he was in there, quote unquote, struggling with the guy. Got some rounds off. I thought some of that was rust too with Crawford. Thought he was taking his time to place his shot. I thought he was doing stuff in there that he had been working on in the gym for Errol, working on in the gym, just with working with guys like Shakur and working with, just those young gunners, Keyshawn Davis, etc. I thought he was in there just working and practicing on some things in a real fight. I think at one point, Paulie even said it. He was like, Bud Crawford is doing some things that you see in like on a bag drill, like touch, soft touch, then bang, bang. Hit, hard hit, bang, bang, then boom, real hard hits. Then go back to touching. Like changing the trajectory of the shot, changing the speed of the punches, turning over shots. So they're going from like you're looking down at the body, but then you go up top with it. Or you're looking at the guy right here, eye to eye, and then you jab him to the body. Little subtle things that a lot of times go unnoticed to the untrained eye. You'll just be like, oh man, he's beating him up. But yeah, he's looking away. He's looking down. He's feinting with his eyes. Sometimes they feint with their upper body. They might feint with, like Sean Porter was notorious. He does the stutter steps. He feint with his feet. He'll feint with his shoulders. Sometimes he feint with his head. Yeah, Sean Porter he was good with a lot of feints. It's a good example. Look at me, I'm giving myself credit. Good example, Martin Ash. Thank you. John Dot in the building. Young Greg, what up though? He said the same with Shakur, that move up to 35. I missed what you said before that. He said, so he will move up to 154. Who? I gotta go back, young Greg. Yo, Spence said it's hard. Okay, yeah. Okay, I read that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, he will go at the 154. I think if he dropped the belts, I don't think he's dropping the belt to stay at 147. I don't see that. And he's the big fish. I don't see him dropping the belt just to fight Crawford. Like, here, take this shit. Just had the belt. I think some fans would give him a hard time. They were like, he was scared of Boots. I was like, no, Spence ain't scared of him. But you can't say he's scared of Boots, but also say, I just wanted the Spence and Crawford fight. You can't have it both ways. I thought he only had 1 or 2 more. He said 1 or 2 more fights. Fought Ugas. That's one. Here's the other one. Probably is going to be the Errol, Keith Thurman. Make a bag there. I know he said he's going to spin the block, but shit. When? Look like his 2023 is already done. It's already done. Unless he dropped that belt, and I don't see him drop a belt. I don't think his pride would let him drop a belt to give it to Boots Ennis. People always say, he ducked Boots Ennis. Some people, not me, but some people. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Smash the like button on the way into Rome. Let me see. What are you talking about? He said BOZY need to get Boots. He said BOZY need to get Boots in the ring with a real champ. It's not that easy, man. It's only one other champ. He said with real comp, not just wait on Bud and Spence or what. Look, he's in a good position now, though. His dad QT. He's in a great position. His father did I play that part yet? Nope, I didn't. Let's play that part where his dad talks about you got 120 days or vacate the belt.
He had an interview with BOZY Ennis, and BOZY Ennis said,
where we go? Where we at? Where is it at? I got you.
Good, y'all.
I got you. It's the BOZY Ennis joint. And he talks about basically they got 120 days. Videos. Where is it at? 120. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean.
Like in training camp and out of training camp?
Even though when we pay them sometimes, they only do it like maybe 1 or 2 times. And that's
look, and he talking about Boots can't even get good sparring partners. Listen to this shit.
Outside the ring, mellow, smooth.
Can't even get a good sparring partner according to his pops.
Like, what do you think you have to do to get better work?
We got to pay him, even though when we pay him sometimes, they only do it like maybe 1 or 2 times, and that'd be it. Yo, so
Boots and they're punishing these boys in sparring in training camp, yo. Boots and they're destroying these boys in training camp. They were like, man, I'm only here for the weekend, bro. All right, so you come back on Monday? No. I mean, that's it. The weekend. Y'all got 2 days with me. That's it. I ain't coming back on Monday. Boots, you're right. I agree, Don Dada. It's like a stay busy fight. And then Spence has 20 days on vacate. Let me play BOZY talking about it. But he's talking about, we can't even get good work in the gym. These guys don't come back.
Get that work.
Okay. January 7th, what are you expecting?
What I'm expecting.
This festival.
And can see what he got. Make him feel that power. You know what I mean? Make him feel that power. And this guy's ranked number 4.
And see, and that's why he said Crawford started slow, because he teaches Boots to start very fast. Let me play this back. Listen to what he says. He says, I tell him early on, go out there, let him feel that power and watch his whole game plan change. You know what I'm saying? So he tells his guy to start off, boom, you know what I'm saying? Go out there, freight train. Crawford's team tells him, nah, it's a 12-round fight. Take your time. See what he got going. Just place your shots. Get your rhythm going. Just touch the guy. Just touch him. But I'll box him. BOZY said, man, get these motherfuckers out of here if they don't supposed to be in here. Excuse my language. I'm trying to do better.
Make them feel that power. You know what I mean? Make them feel that power. And then you'll see the change in them. You know what I mean? So when you touch them, and then they change their strategy, their whole strategy.
See what I'm saying? So he tell Boots to go out there, touch on them early, make them feel that power.
Plus it's for the IBF.
So here we go. So this is what he's talking about. The IBF interim is okay. So the Karen fight is not just a stay busy fight, Don Dada. So I guess we was wrong on that. We're wrong on that. It's not just a quote unquote stay busy fight. It's for the IBF interim. Mad Dog H, what up? Rooski, what up? He said, I want a shirt saying 120 days of vacate. Don't make me do it now. You know how I make a shirt on y'all real quick. Don't make me make one. Let's go. Let's hear it though.
Number 4 in the IBF. We got to make a statement.
So he's talking about fighting Karen.
Man, yeah, this guy's ranked number 4 in the IBF. We got to make a statement. And plus it's for the IBF interim, which we already number 1 for Spence title. So that's just like cutting it in half. Just like when I talked to Dallas Peoples, he's saying the same. He didn't want to
listen to it. Like I said, man, we got here because somebody was saying these guys keep talking about fighting Terence Crawford and he ain't trying to fight him. None of these conversations that we're playing are they talking about fighting Terence Crawford, bro. And these are 4 days ago, 2 days ago. All these things are current. Let's hear it again.
Are you looking to make a statement January 7th?
Oh, without a doubt, man. Yeah, this guy's ranked number 4 in the IBF. We got to make a statement. And plus it's for the IBF interim, which we already number 1 for Spence title. So that's just like cutting it in half. Just like when I talked to Dallas Peoples, he's saying the same. He didn't want to split it up like that, but he had to because they already made their minds up about the WBC. Matter of fact, at the WBC convention, that Spence was supposed to be fighting Thurman, Keith Thurman. So they already put that in before we even,
See, they beat him to the punch. Listen to that. He beat him to the punch.
Because they already made their minds up about the WBC.
Yep. So the WBC, yep, they put that, they got that done quick.
Matter of fact, at the WBC convention,
yep,
that Spence was supposed to be fighting Thurman, Keith Thurman. So they already put that in before we even, said anything to him about it. But we shouldn't have to say nothing to him about it because we was number 1.
Yep, he was number 1 already, but you got to do the paperwork. You got to petition for it. That see what I'm saying? And that's what they always say. I didn't know that. Shit, I didn't know neither. But those other people got that Keith Thurman paperwork in before you got your IBF paperwork in. And he said, I didn't even know shit. What for?
And he should have,
See, these be the little things about the quote unquote boxing business that people don't even know.
Anything to him about it, but we shouldn't have to say nothing to him about it because we was number 1.
Right.
And he should have, followed through with that. But I guess they beat him to the punch.
All right, so like you said, Boots is number 1.
Yeah.
This is for the IBF interim.
Yeah.
You petitioned to fight Spence. They ordered you to fight Karen for the mandatory.
Right.
Now, will the fight be ordered like after this?
Oh yeah. After this,
here we go. After this fight,
Spence, whoever he fight,
whoever he fight,
120 days to fight Boots or get a title up.
4 months. Got 4 months to fight us or give the title up. Not 4 months to announce it, then do training camp, and then it's so it's 6 months to wait, 120 or vacate.
Smith, whoever you fight, he got 120 days to fight Boots or get a title up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's good for Boots. That's good for boxing. Like, yeah, we're gonna keep this shit moving. We're gonna keep this shit moving. Whoever you fight, you gotta fight Boots next or 120 days, vacate, whatever. Like, that's good for boxing. Keep this shit moving. Fuckers got 3 belts, only fighting once a year, man. Like, damn, man. That is kind of holding the division up. When you got 3 of the belts. But also these other 2 guys could have, you know what I'm saying? They're going a different route. But I get it. That guy got 3 belts. It's probably be more money. It's a bigger opportunity than fighting Crawford for 1 belt. I get it.
Shit. I guess, Spence versus Crawford for Undisputed. It has to happen quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
He said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It better happen quick. But I don't think y'all think Keith Thurman did all of that just to take some step aside? WC mandated Spence, but IBF can also mandate Spence. They just did. That's what we just did. But it's not at the same time. He's mandated to fight old boy 120 days later. That's what we just played. Got 120 days from whoever you fight to fight Boots or vacate the title. 120 or vacate. All right, so that's where we at with it, man. Phone lines are open if you want to call in and voice your opinion. 470-705-9507. 470-705-9507. 470-705-9507. All right. Let me do this real quick. Bear with me. Let me see this. Sorry about that. All right, so that's where we at with it. I'm truly glad that we got to play this audio so we can clear some confusion, because I really think it's a lot of confusion sometimes because people don't know, or they might have heard it somewhere. But when you can play the audio coming from the horse's mouth, I think that means a lot more to the audience. Cool Breeze, what up? Amy Rashad, what up?
Call from
the boxing scientist.
Boxing scientist, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. How you feel, homeboy?
Yo, what up, fam? I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I got the day off, so I'm just buzzing it. How about you?
I'm chilling, man. Trying to have a good show over here, talking boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Strictly
so,
boxing, too. Yeah. And I told people, I said, man, y'all will be surprised, yo. The audience gonna rock with that, too, man. Like, some people want to just do, you know, insults and call people, the fighters' names, disrespect both guys. Man, I'm having a good show. I ain't disrespected Errol Spence. I ain't disrespected Crawford, Boots, Virgil. We can just talk boxing and have a good conversation without disrespecting these fighters. And I think the audience want an alternative to some of the other shit that's going on. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm with it, man. 100%. And, you know, we're over here talking about, you know, the possibilities for Bud at 147. I really think we should be talking about something more realistic, which is what I think is going to happen. And you could put a case on this, Mark. I think he's moving up to 154. The last caller said it would be a great opportunity for him to fight Tszyu, and I agree. You know, because ain't shit happening for him at 147. And we could argue whose fault that is all night, but, you know, that's a whole different can of worms.
Right.
And I'm not trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we should be talking about next year and what the possibilities, the realistic possibilities are, because it doesn't look like there's interest really from anyone to fight him, and vice versa. He didn't exactly reach out to, you know, Ortiz or Boots either, you know. So you could argue there's just no interest there in making those fights. And Bud himself has mentioned fighting Charlo, you know, Jermell Charlo, a few times now. So I think he's already eyeing it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, Spence has, like you said, 3 belts and probably can offer these guys more money.
Absolutely.
So they're naturally gonna take the
big fish.
I guess you could say
the big fish.
The big fish. You know,
it's 3 belts. Probably fighting Dallas Stadium. That's crazy. On pay-per-view.
Yeah,
yeah.
Virgil is from Texas, you know. So yeah, and there's a lot of Mexicans in Texas, so that will sell out easy, you know. And so it only makes sense that Virgil's going that route. Doesn't mean he's scared of Bud or vice versa.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't think Bud's scared. You know, I don't think Bud's scared of anyone. And like you, I'm not here to disrespect, you know, any boxers or anything. But yeah, I just don't. I don't see Bud staying at 147 much longer. He's already ran out of fighters to, you know, competitive fighters there. And he's exhausted his resources there. So I think the natural and smart thing to do would be go to 154.
Okay. You talking about Bud or Spence? What you talking about, Bud or Spence?
Bud's probably gonna make the leap first. Even though he can still comfortably make 147. Like, I think Spence struggles more to make 147, but he's gonna stay there because he just has one more belt to collect, and it's like a chess game. You know, they're trying to, you know, Spence is younger, so he's trying to. He time is basically on Spence's side, so he can afford to stay there longer. And Bud really can't. Like, he's got to do something now. You feel me? And so, like, he's probably gonna be the first one to move up.
Okay.
And
Well,
then in the future we might see Bud versus Spence at 154, but they're going to be both past their prime, and it's not going to be as good of a fight. It's going to be kind of like Floyd versus Pacquiao when they were both old, and
oh man, don't say that, bro. But finish your thought. I got somebody else waiting too.
No, yeah, that's about it. I'm just saying, like, we're over here, you know, talking about possible fights for Bud at 147. I just don't see any more possible fights for him.
It's gonna be Alexis Roca. That's the next man in line. Yep, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Beat Blair Cobb. Knocked out Blair Cobb. You know, so we'll see.
Yeah, he did, but
okay.
But you know, it's not as exciting, you know, and I don't think people really want to see that. Rocha's not bad. You know, I'm not shitting on him. He's not bad. He's just not on that elite level. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Appreciate
Thanks
it
for having me.
Man, I wouldn't have it no other way, brother. Thanks for pulling up. You're more than welcome to call back anytime, brother. All right?
All right, man. Thank you.
Cool. Shout out to the boxing scientists. All right. Got my guy Box for money in the building. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. How you feel, bro?
Man, I feel at home. You hear me good?
Yeah. Go ahead. 469. Hold on one second.
Call from
Connie Nicholas.
Okay, hold on one second. Hold on. Let me give him 2 minutes.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Con Enigma, hold the line real quick, Con Enigma, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna mute your mic, but just stay right there. Go ahead, Boss for money. You got the
call.
floor.
Call Enigma, man. I'm ready to hear your call. I enjoyed the previous.
I got him on hold. You can go ahead. Give me your opening statement.
All I want to say is Bud Crawford remind me of LeBron James. You know how light it looked when LeBron James hooping? It looked like a lot of real light work. Bud Crawford looked huge against Avanesyan. He looked huge against Sean Porter. He dominated both those guys. He dominated all the previous guys as well. He reminds me of a LeBron James. He do what he want to do in there. If he want to put it on you, you feel me? He can do that. If you want to keep it light until he feel you out, you know what I'm saying? Download the information like they used to say Lomachenko did. He can do that as well. These guys not calling out Bud. They don't want that work. He looked too dominant. He looked too big. He got too much power. He got the people behind him finally. They should have been behind him, but they just now catching up. And they not calling him out. I believe Charlo's injury is real. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlo ain't no sucker. He ain't no duck. He ain't no none of that. He a real dog. Right. Boots is a real dog as well. But Boots gets to kind of all fighters get to pick and choose ultimately who they will and won't fight. And if I was Boots, just like BOZY Ennis is doing, I must stay away from that Bud Crawford till I gotta fight him. You feel me? He picking the smart route. Go fight Spence, who been wrecking cars and limping and overweight and all this. Go fight Karen, who nobody ever heard of. Just keep building your name, keep building that record, and that when that money come in, that's when you take the big fight against somebody like Bud. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Bud looking real A-side-ish, Mark. He looking real A-side-ish. Let your boy in, though. I ain't got too much more right now.
All right. Let me see. Connie Enigma, talk to me. Where you from?
Yeah, Richard from Dallas, Texas. I'm here in Seattle. It's Wayne, like hell.
Okay, talk to me.
Yeah, man. I just want to see the fight, man. I like what Boots is doing, man. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. They're going up the scales, man, putting himself in position. I like what his dad's doing, putting him in position. But with Errol, man, he got to do something. Errol got to come on and fight, man. He got to fight or vacate the belts, man. It's just that simple. That's the way I look at it. I feel like that it's just I feel like they're stalling Crawford out. I'm not saying Errol is scared to fight him or he's scared to fight Errol, but I believe that they believe that that Boots is a threat, man. I'm gonna say it like that. He got the skills, man, and he's passed eye test, but still we haven't seen him tested. But he's putting himself in position, so later they're gonna have to fight him. Yep.
Okay.
So that's just my take on it.
All right, shout out to Connie Nickman, man. You got anything you want to plug and promote before I let you go?
No, I just here listening, man.
Thanks again for the support, homie.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, we got Dub right side in the building. What up, Dub? Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Talk to me.
What up, Martin Nash? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sound like
Yes,
you
sir.
right here. Go ahead.
Hey, man, salute to the panel, man. Salute to everybody in the chat as always. You know, it's not that I'm looking for Bud to fight Boots. What it seems like is happening right now, especially like we see the Virgil Ortiz, the Stanley Onis fight that being made, right? We also see that Keith Thurman, he was quote unquote mandated from the WBC. Now we got the IBF saying 119 days. All I'm saying is, damn, I agree. I think we agree with each other, even though I may be coming off a little differently in my thought process from you. Man, hell, it's one fighter, a nigga who injured right now, respectfully, of course. Hey, it is what it is. The man, he said he ain't gonna be fighting until April at the earliest. If that's the case, bro, man, it's other fights that got to be had. So the Virgil fight, we want to see it. Man, and that's why I'm saying I would rather see Boots and Bud. Although I ain't gonna hold you. If Spence and Bud can happen anytime before Boots fight Bud, I want to see that fight. Why? Because that's the fight I want to see. But at the same time, man, I agree. I agree, man. The shit being held up, and if Bud ain't gonna be able to fight Spence because Spence either gonna end up fighting goddamn the winner between Stanley Onis and Ortiz because Stanley Onis done took step aside money so many damn times. Man, it's just so complicated, bro. Man, I just want to see niggas fight, bro. They need to fight.
Hey, Rice, I don't know if you was here when I played it, but I played the BOZY Ennis audio. He said it's WBC and the Thurman. He said if he ain't fighting him, it's probably gonna be Undisputed. But WBC has said Thurman is next, right? So, but the car accident done got the guy out the ring to April, May, or June. Whoever he fights next, according to BOZY, the IBF said he has 120 days to fight me or vacate. There's no standing owners. It ain't no WBA stuff. Like they at the back of the line right now. It's WBC then IBF. As far as Spence goes, Spence hasn't fought a mandatory for that IBF since Ocampo. So that's what
Agreed. And I didn't hear you. I was jumping between you and
don't say no names.
My bad. But I was jumping between. But nah, so I didn't hear that piece. But nah, I agree. If that's the case, then man, make the fight happen. And really, man, it need to be Bud and Spence, bro. Like that's the fight that need to happen. And all these other people, I understand. Damn, all of them. I keep telling you. I know I'm a selfish boxing fan.
I don't know. Don't see their money though. They've been paying sanctioning fees, bro. They in position. He deserves his title shot just as much as we want to see Undisputed. So go ahead, though. Finish up, though. I got to pass the Pure after this.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Puto. Talk to me. What's up, bro? Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. What up, though?
What up, Mark? Mic check.
You good, man? Talk to me.
Cool. Well, I just hopped on because is there anything new or that they have announced or
what's on your mind? Like, what made you click the link? You wasn't even listening to the show. You just saw the link and clicked.
No. I got on and I saw that you were talking about Boots and Crawford, and I haven't been online all day, so I just want to know if there's any new revelation.
Oh no, not like that. It was a conversation that was going on, and I just wanted to clear the way because I was just hearing some shit that I was like, A lot of people don't, because they updated. Oh yeah, that's what it was. The WBA updated the rankings, the December rankings. So they have finally moved the kid. What's the kid name? I can put it back on the screen. But basically, they did an update of their rankings. So it used to be 1, 2, and 3 was Virgil, Boots, and Thurman, and number 4 was Conor Benn. Then it was Alexis Roca, and then it was David Avanesyan, right?
All right.
Well, they updated that now, and now Alexis Roca is number 4.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. I just
for sure.
But that's what we had with it. That was the update. They updated their December rankings because a lot of people were saying Boots is number 1, Boots is number 1, and I'm like, not from nowhere. I'm looking at it right here, and I'm going right to the actual website. You know how we do.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'll be checking the rankings every now and then too. There's another channel that does when every time there's a new rankings, he does like a whole show, like breaking them down and shit like that.
See, man, don't even tell me that because now I was gonna feel like I can't even do the idea now.
What? I mean, my bad, Mark. I just
I don't even want people to tell me what other niggas do on their shows, man. Cause I don't want nobody to say I took nothing from them. But here you go.
I got you.
Virgil Ortiz number 1, Jerron Ennis number 2, Keith Thurman is 3. That's still the same. What changed your next is number 4 is not Conor Benn anymore. He is not in. Yeah, they took him all. I don't know if he's all the way off, but he's not in these top 13 that I see on the screen. But Alexis Roca has moved up. David Avanesyan has dropped all the way down too. Cody Crawley has moved up. Rashidi Ellis has moved up. Okay. Blair Cobbs has moved up. Ugas has moved up. So some things have changed in these rankings. But if all I was trying to say is 1, 2, and 3 are going the Errol Spence route. 1 for the WBC, the WBA, and the the IBF. Crawford's next fight is probably going to be who? Not fighting Spence, so none of those 1, 2, and 3. This is gonna be Alexis Roca, and people gonna say, "Oh, he fighting a bum," or "He fighting the," but nobody's gonna talk about the concrete facts that these are the rankings, these are the ratings. That guy coming off a great stoppage of Blair Cobb. Nobody gonna talk about that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's if he chooses it though, because it all could be I mean, I don't know the regulations off the top of my head. But like he just had a voluntary versus Avanesyan, right? So unless the WBO like mandates him to make a mandatory defense, then they would force Rocha because Keith Thurman, Jerron Ennis, and Virgil all have fights.
And you know what? Alexis Roca could say, "Nah, I'm good."
He could say that. I wouldn't if I was him, but yeah, he could say
who
that.
Next? Cody Crawley.
Mm-hmm. And on down the line, if they mandate him to do a mandatory defense.
Yeah, he got to do a mando. He had 18 months. The super champ gets 18 months.
The 18 months have lapsed already?
That 18 months gonna lapse in about April. Should be about April for Crawford. He fought Crawford, was a mando, and then it was a year and a month since he fought, or a year and a week or 2 since he fought. That was David Avanesyan. That was a voluntary. It don't start over. It pick up from your last fight. So it goes from Sean Porter to April of this year coming up. So there you have it. That's your 18 months.
All right. So pretty much now it's just like a waiting game to see if he gets mandated to fight a mandatory on this list, or they allow him to take another voluntary.
Or is Roca even going to petition?
But it's all a waiting game if you get what I'm saying. I mean, we would have to wait to see what Alexis Rocha does, what Terence Crawford does, and what the WBO does.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I did this episode and put these rankings up there so we can get rid of some of the confusion and people like, well, who is these guys? I'm just telling you, in the words of my guy Coach, I'm gonna tell you tomorrow news today, but I'm gonna give you April's news today. I don't see 1, 2, and 3 fighting this guy. Now, granted, that would be dope because Spence said I can't come back to fight in April, May, or June anyway. That gives some time, but why would you risk it though? When you don't have to, you can risk it, fight Terence Crawford, win, lose, or draw, but you can make more money fighting Errol Spence, or he might actually just drop those belts because he's online saying, yo, it ain't easy to make 147. He might drop the belt. And then you just walk in there and pick it up. You walk in there and pick up your IBF, old boy walk in there and pick up his WBA. I think he's gonna fight Keith Thurman and beat Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman, you ain't getting nothing. But those other 2 guys get that, and guess what? It'll be a big fight for them. a unification. Boots versus Ortiz. Come on, man. Just telling you. Just telling you. That's the way I see it going down. But go ahead, boss for money. I'll pass it around.
Man, Mark, you be running the shit out this show, bro. You be running this bit like you a machine. You a one man, two hand, one brain machine, man. For real. You muting us up. You going to the next guy. You consistent every night with it. The Christmas kickback was jumping. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing, bro. I should have gave you your flowers in my opening statement, but it ain't never too late to give flowers. As long as you breathing, I can hang you flowers and make sure you have those, and you deserve every bit of it. I hope you getting plenty money, and I hope your 2023 be just as good and big as your 2022. I remember when I first seen you come on the Boxing Boys, it was amazing then. I've been following you since. I like that you rock with my guy Mike Gross, and you just keep doing what you're doing, bro. You gonna be big, man. Just like they say on Gutter TV, you gonna be big. You big now.
I'm trying, bro. Thank you, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
the support, bro. All right, so what you think of my theory of what's going on and why these guys are going the Errol Spence route? It's not like I think Errol Spence is quote unquote a easy guy. He's the big fish. You're gonna probably fight on pay-per-view in Dallas Stadium and make a big ass bag of money, and you got a chance to win 3 belts, or he might drop one. You know what I'm saying?
He got 3 belts. That water getting hot on Spence side. It's getting really, really hot. I remember years ago when Bud Crawford said after he beat Errol Spence, that people gonna say that he was too big and he stayed at 147 for too long. That's looking more and more true every day. He's staying at the weight too long. The water getting hot. He's either gonna have to fight Bud or Boot. He's gonna have to fight a killer no matter what. And he out here doing things that I don't necessarily agree with. I'm sure he's not happy with the results of some actions that he's taken in his own life. And yeah, it's affecting him negatively. The time is ticking, the clock ticking, and that water getting hot, bro. So I wish him the best of luck in whatever he decide to do. But at this point, it's looking like this run ain't gonna last too much longer for Errol Spence. That's all I really got.
Damn, I'll say that.
I hate it for him. I really do.
Why is it so inconceivable for people that, why is it so inconceivable that he won't fight Boots? I keep hearing a lot of people saying, man, he'll drop the belts and go up and fight Charlo before he fight Boots. Why is that so hard to believe?
You got to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Boots don't really bring the money like that. And Boots is one hell of a threat. The power is obviously real. He tapping people on the top of the head and they falling over.
But Crawford, you ain't gonna make no money like that. Crawford can't sell. Ain't that what it say? Don't nobody know Terence Crawford. He can't sell. He only did 15,000 pay-per-views.
That's what the haters and naysayers say. That's all cap. That's all not real. That's not really real. If him and Spence get in the ring together, it's gonna sell second to Ryan and Tank Davis. It's gonna be the second biggest fight in boxing today. It'll do bigger than damn near bigger than Joshua and Wilder right now. It's a big mega fight. Las Vegas gonna be black that weekend. It's gonna be black. It's a lot of Latin. I love them. There's a lot of Caucasian. I love them. It's a lot of Asian. I love them. But Las Vegas is gonna be black that weekend, and it's gonna sell completely out. And the pay-per-view is gonna do over 500,000 for sure. I think Caleb Plant and Canelo did 800,000. What they did a crazy number, and Wilder Fury 2 did a crazy number as well. The Crawford Spence would do an amazing number. We all know it. Some people hate it. They say Bud can't do this, Bud can't do that. That's because they don't want to really see that man fight Bud. And if they do see him fight Bud, they scared of the result.
It's open. Go ahead, Dub Porto. Same question. Why is it so inconceivable that people think he would drop the belt before you fight Boots? Same question to y'all.
No, I agree. First things first, man. Box for money. He definitely. I want to echo his sentiments about the show, Mark. The host that you are, I gotta echo those sentiments, bro. And going into the new year, man, as always, bro. Hey, you know I got a lot of love for you. You one of the first people to ever give me a chance to speak anything. So, man, so much love, and definitely got to echo all the words that Box for Money that he brought up, man. And yeah, we got to get those flowers when it's time, man. You definitely deserve them. Now moving forward into this situation, you broke something down really interesting to me when you said, and I'm listening to you. You know, I'll be ready to argue with you, Mark. Yeah. Damn, you said, man, a lot of they say that Bud, he ain't gonna sell. If you fight EJ, you might be on pay-per-view. Yeah, why wouldn't you wait for those type of fights? Agree to some degree. The narrative of Bud not selling is accurate, but it's a mischaracter. It's a total mischaracterization of the money being made, if that makes sense. And so, although you can say that the man ain't selling, the man, he getting paid and his opponents are getting paid. So at the end of the day, when it comes to somebody like Boots, you feel me? Although I want to see Boots fight EJ, I want to see all of them mix it up. You know what it is. I'm a selfish boxing fan. But when it comes to this situation, if you hear what Boots say, hell, I'll fight him for damn near nothing. I'll fight him. And so at the end of the day, man, if we got 3 people trying to fight this dude, well, let the other two best mix it up. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody mix it up, man, because clearly it seemed like Al Heyman that set up Keith Thurman for Errol Spence. It seemed like I don't even know this dude carries. I don't even know who he is, and I know a lot of fighters. I don't know who this dude is that Boots about to fight. I have no clue who he is. I've never seen him fight before. So, man, I'm just, man, if EJ gonna be holding, don't let this man hold it. He been holding it. Both of them been holding the damn division up. Both of them. Man, y'all get out there and scrap, man. Virgil Ortiz, he shouldn't have ducked the smoke. Nobody ain't on his neck for it. Nobody ain't calling. He ducked the smoke. He was the mandatory for Bud. He was the mandatory. He ducked the smoke. He didn't want to fight Bud, bro. And Oscar, he'll be the first person to tell you, oh, no.
Still don't want to. He's number 1.
And
instead of petitioning and fighting them next, he's like, no, I'm going to fight Standy Jonas and get in line
to
fight Errol Spence. But you can just say, hey, petition right now, I want to fight Crawford.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's ridiculous. The fight with Stanley Jonas and Boots should have been made. It should have been on the undercard. I thought it was going to be on the undercard of Bud and Crawford. So, I mean, I say Bud and Crawford, Bud and Spence. So, but I don't know, man. It's just, man, y'all, these niggas need to fight, man. And I'm sick of niggas. Man, stop running from the smoke. That's it. I'm done.
Go ahead, pass it around, man.
I mean, I still don't agree with like anybody's ducking anybody. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to know unless we, talk to these guys directly. And then if we talk to the guys directly, we know. I mean, I guess we could tell if they're telling us the truth or not, because unfortunately, if we see any fighters on any channels, man, I mean, I think they're on here strictly to promote themselves. I mean, I don't know why people would say, that he'll never fight him. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, going along with the crowd, I guess, don't want to be the sole voice of what's the word I'm looking for? Of opposition,
Yeah, that's my thing is I just seeing the guy, I just can't picture him fighting Keith Thurman, Boots Ennis in 2023 and then saying I'm gonna fight Crawford in 2024 after he's already told us this year, hey, look, it's not easy making weight. And he was saying that in between, he wasn't even in a training camp at that time. I think that was when they was negotiating for the Crawford fight. So I'm like, man, this guy talking about making weight in 2022. excuse me, he had already said I only got 2 more fights left at this weight, and that was before the Ugas, so that would be 1. Whatever's coming up next will be 2. And I think it's gonna be Thurman. I got him beating Thurman. Got him beating Thurman bad. I think he might be the first person to stop Keith Thurman. And I'm calling it now with a body shot. I think Errol Spence stops Keith Thurman to the body. I don't think he's gonna let him off the hook.
All facts, Mark. All facts.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't see. I think Spence gonna cut that ring off. Thurman ain't gonna be able to use his lateral movement to evade the punishment and recover. Spence is just gonna be on him. So no hating, bro. No hating. No sneak dissing. None of that shit. Just talking boxing, giving this guy his props, man. The kid is a monster. So like the Thurman.
That's why we don't want to see that fight because
but Thurman, the WBC owed that to Thurman, and they're gonna give him what they owe him. Because he didn't lose it in the ring, he got injured and had to give up the belt. Like, see, I get it. See, for us as fans, we move on to the next. But the fighter who was that guy who wants his shit back, that they don't put the money up. They was the champion. They don't pay sanctioning fees. Yeah, they feel like, hey man, we're gonna do right by you. We owe you that. So yeah, that's what it is.
And I want to see that fight, by the way.
I don't want to see it.
I wanted to see that fight. I wanted to see it. I don't man. Mark just broke it down, bro. Keith Thurman, he's soft to the body now. Errol Spence, EJ, he go to the body. He gonna stop him to the body. Like, it's all right. We'll see how much your lateral movement. Hey, you better be in shape. That's all I'm saying. You better be in shape.
Do you watch the show Cops, the Bright Side?
No.
Okay. Well, if they make Errol and Thurman, you don't have to watch it. Just like you don't watch Cops.
Hilarious.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm saying that's not the fight I want to see, though.
I hear you. Unfortunately, the fighters, and their promoters, if they have one, they decide who they fight, and we decide, and we're the ones that decide if we want to watch them or not.
Agreed.
Yeah, but go ahead, Boss for Money. You still there? You got anything to say on this before I go to this last topic?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. I'm listening. I'm entertained. I'm trying to find me some indica before I go to sleep. I got a box of money. Box of money got a box of weed right now. Box for weed. I'm searching through the weed trying to find some indica, and I'm having to Google and everything to see what's what. Hold on.
Well, you in Vegas? You at the shop or you at the crib?
I'm at the crib.
But you right there in Vegas though, so you gotta. Let me put them on a big screen. Man, look at them, man. We got all kind of flavors.
It won't tell you what you got.
Yeah, he got to read the label though. He probably got so many flavors in there. Good night, man. Shit.
Burn it down.
He thought you off air, man. I need a care package. Shit.
Let me know. I'm gonna mute up though. I'm finna mute up.
All right, man. Shit, you making me want to roll something. I know I ain't got nothing that good. But look, let me say this. Let's go to this last topic, man. Anybody got anything else on this? The WBO release rankings. People are saying Crawford scared to fight Boots and Ortiz, and like, any final thoughts on this? Cause I don't think none of these dudes scared to fight each other. I just think they're not in charge of their business, and they trust the people who know the business to handle their business for them. And it is what it is. They all in a good position right now to either fight Errol Spence for a big fight in Dallas Stadium, get that big bag, or he dropped the belt and you get a free belt. You know what I'm saying? Great position to be in.
Mark, I agree 100% with you. And it's interesting. What it really boils down to, none of these guys, they ain't scared to fight each other. So even when we talk about ducking all of that, it is facetious talk. It's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. Even I'm gonna say, nah, man, Bud didn't want to fight. Man, it ain't Bud didn't want to fight him. The money, it is about the money, and we always got to understand that. Man, I was listening to somebody earlier today, and they said something, and I really just thought about it. It was like, you gonna go to your job and work for free? Hell no, I ain't finna go to my job and work for free. And even though, man, at the end of the day, money plays a big part in the sport. So, hey, but at the same time, I'm gonna talk shit anyway. So yeah. That's just what I do. Respectfully, of course.
Yeah. Let's go to this last one, man. It's a Devin Haney was on the boom. Let's do this. Let me get to the article. All right. So Devin Haney is offering Teofimo Lopez a bit of advice. Quote, he needs to take some time away from the sport, end quote. Now, Devin Haney, as you know, Devin Haney is the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. The big fish of the 135 division. Devin Haney, he'll be the first to admit that he is not the biggest fan of Teofimo Lopez. But regardless of that difference, Devin Haney, as you know, 29-0, 15 knockouts. You know, he always respected the guy's skills more or less, right? But however, following his loss to George Kambosos in November of 2021, Haney thinks that Lopez, you know, has been somewhat lackluster. Further to Haney's point, you know, Lopez is 18-1, 13 knockouts. He came out a little less than exciting in that Sandor Martin win. Just to let y'all know, I had him losing that fight that night. I did a rewatch, and on my rewatch, he had lost again by 1 point. Then I watched it a third time. Because I think that first time I rewatched, I think I was just teasing HLD, you know, making him mad. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking with him. But I went back and watched it a third time because I was like, I wanted to watch those knockdowns, see if that was legit. I just wanted to watch the fight again. And that second time I scored it, because the first time I didn't score it, I stopped scoring it. I thought he was losing bad. Third time I watched it, I was like, you know what? Y'all all right. Sandor Martin ain't doing enough. He wasn't doing enough. He was waiting too much, but T.O. was missing wildly. And I didn't give him credit for missing just because he was coming forward. So needless to say, some people thought he lost that fight. Some people thought he won that fight. That's neither there. You know, Lopez, you know, had been circulating, talking shit, you know, and a lot of people remember that hot mic where he came out on the hot mic. You can hear him saying, bro, do I still got it? Do I still got it, bro? You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney was on the Boxing Voice, and he said this. He said, everyone knows that's a cap. Haney said when asked if he believes Lopez questioned himself on purpose during an interview with the Boxing Voice. Haney said, look, he's questioning himself, so I think he needs to take some time away from the sport to get his mind right and come back. These are Devin Haney's words, not mine. That's the last topic of the docket. Opening back up to anybody, I'm about to roll up one of these Christmas trees like my boy bought some money. Y'all talk to me, man. What y'all think of that right there? Haney says Lopez need to take some time off. Do y'all think he need to take some time off? We need to jump right back into it. One at a time.
Lopez still got it. He moved up in a weight class. This is his second fight at the weight class. The first guy we never even heard of, Pedro Campo. Never heard of him, never seen him before.
Let's do it now. Let's do it. You know how we do.
Never heard of it.
You feel me? And then after that, he fought Sandor Martin, who just beat Mikey Garcia and another guy at the 140 weight class. And I think he is southpaw, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So
right. He is
it was more to chew off of, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a big chew that T.O. just did. And he won convincingly, in my opinion. It wasn't really that close. He didn't look as sharp, as fast, as strong, but he still looked pretty good overall, in my opinion. He ain't get beat up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he still got it. He just fighting tougher competition. Well, not necessarily tougher according to, like, records and resumes, but more so, like, bigger, stronger guys. So it's going to take a little bit more to look impressive against a bigger, stronger guy. You know what I'm saying?
I understand where you're coming from. I understand it. But I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree, and T.O. definitely needs some time off. There are multiple things going on right now, in my opinion, in T.O.'s camp. You know what I'm saying? As far as his mindset, man, the Teofimo Lopez we saw getting in the ring with Lomachenko is a total different Teofimo Lopez that we're looking at right now. A total different fighter. I think a lot of it has to do with him getting rid of his trainer, relying more or allowing his dad to be more of his trainer than anybody else. I think they definitely need to bring somebody in there. The other thing, man, once again, I don't think T.O.'s confidence is there. I don't think the confidence that he had, especially early in his career. Man, I watched him in the fight against Sandor Martin, and in my opinion, I thought it was a close fight. I gave Martin the victory by one round. I thought that they missed a knockdown. I thought the punch connected, and T.O. he fell to the ground. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it wasn't just the most devastating punch. It was one of those check hooks, but at the same time, you got hit with something and you fell to the ground. So a punch landed and you fell. I thought that, man, I think T.O. need to take some time off, get his shit back together, and I think he need to bring somebody into his camp outside of his father, because although I do agree that his father gave instruction, I think that I don't know if he's not listening to his father. You need to bring somebody who he gonna listen to, and I'm not gonna say he doesn't respect his father, but somebody that once again he's gonna listen to in his corner and in the gym, because clearly we saw him not listening to his father this time, and we were critical about the instruction his father gave him in the fight against Kambosos.
Ringside, I love you to death.
Right.
I love you to death. But you led with, oh yeah, right side. Excuse me. Right side, I love you to death, but you led with he looked different against Lomachenko. In 2013, when Lomachenko started boxing, what weight did he start? Was he fighting at?
122.
125, right. He right in that smaller weight class. In 2011, when Sandor Martin started professional boxing, he was at 140 pounds. It's a bigger man. It's a bigger man. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? So T.O. had to fight a bigger. It's harder to. He was way bigger than Lomachenko. T.O. was, in my opinion. He just like Loma was against Rigo. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that Rigo just had less skill than Loma. He was just much smaller. You know what I'm saying? So that weight and that size, all that make a difference. If you get the win, you get the win at the end of the day.
So let me ask you this.
He didn't get injured against T.O. T.O. didn't get injured or nothing against Sandor. He perfectly fine. It's best for him to stay fighting than to go deal with the problems he got at home and then keep fighting and stay focused on boxing. Because if you get in that other shit, you're gonna start looking like it. Shit.
I agree with a fighter staying active. I definitely agree with that. And when you make it that when you make that point of a fighter being active, I understand exactly where you're coming from. If that's the case, then don't take. If you're not going to take time off, still you got to change up a lot of things that happened in this last fight. You got to change it up. If I were to ask you this, who's the more skilled fighter? Who's the more skilled fighter, Sandor Martin or Lomachenko? Who's more skilled? Not bigger. Who's more skilled?
I would say Lomachenko.
And so what I'm saying is that Teofimo, he still has, even up there with a Sandor Martin in that fight, Teofimo could have dominated that fight because Sandor Martin isn't that much bigger than him. The problem was the mindset he had against Lomachenko, and I agree with Devin Haney. And although
go ahead.
Right side. Go ahead. I want you to finish though, like because I got some other people. I got Boston Scholar. He ain't had a chance to speak yet. Please land the plane on that. You saying it's skill, not the weight, is what you're saying, right?
I'm saying that the thought process he had going in, the mindset he had going in against Lomachenko is totally different than Sandor Martin, and it's showing in the ring. I'm saying it's a different mindset.
Let me say this before I pass to the Boston Scholar, fellas. It's not just him going up and they're not too much in the same size. This guy has been used to getting hit by bigger guys. He's been used to taking punches from bigger guys. T.O.'s been used to hitting smaller guys, and they crumble sometimes. This guy didn't crumble. These guys aren't more cautious for coming in. They're just going right at him. Go ahead, Boston Scholar, talk to me.
I think it's real interesting that when Bill Haney was on your show, he basically had a different perspective than Devin Haney. He thought that T.O. was doing it for like the art of war type of shit. He said he thinks T.O.'s a good fighter, and he just think that everybody underestimated his opponent, and he thinks that T.O.'s trying to play possum with them. So Bill's mindset is set for war. Now, on the other hand, Devin Haney is the actual fighter and then taking the actual punches. And he sees it different. He sees exactly what everybody else is saying. This guy needs time off. Like if we was to rate a pound for pound list, yeah, Martin is good, but pound for pound, Teo's better than him. And even though Loma didn't look that impressive in his last fight, he still didn't lack. You didn't see the mental fatigue, and you definitely didn't hear him questioning himself after the fight. Like you can name any profession in the world. If my job is throwing rocks at a fucking telephone pole, right, and I get paid weekly, and I've been doing it for a while, and afterwards I miss the pole, and I say, do I still got it anymore? I probably should stop throwing rocks at a telephone pole. So with that being said, man, Teo is not right mentally. And right side, you should have stuck with your guns, man. Don't stop letting people take you off your square. You was right. You see the same thing everybody else see. Teo's not right mentally. And that's the wrong sport to get in when you're not right mentally. When you're not right mentally and you're gonna take physical abuse to your head, you need to get out the sport. This is not like any other sport. This ain't like basketball where you're having a drought like Russell Westbrook, where you could, take a couple games. You got 82 games. You could take a couple games off, get your mental right, then start scoring. This is boxing. Brains don't heal themselves. So if you get in that ring and you're less than 100%, you can walk out really, really fucked up. So he definitely needs to take a break. He's young enough to do it. He needs to recharge, and he does need to bring some different cornermen in his corner to assist his dad. He don't have to get rid of his dad because fighters are superstitious, but he has to bring more experience to that corner and have better game plans, because a lot of people always talk about, this fighter don't look that good after that loss. Some fighters don't recover after wins. Look at Buster Douglas. Never became. Look at Andy Ruiz. A lot of fighters, whenever they really, really peak physically and they make it to the top of the mountain, they can't figure out how to get back up there. And I think Teo's on that. He got a lot of outside influence that's tugging at him one way, and then he has him doubting himself in the other. He needs to recharge. That's the best course of action for Teo.
The main asked one question.
Second, brother. Hold on 1 second real quick, bro. I just put a new survey in the chat. Got a new survey in the chat. Devin Haney says Teofimo Lopez needs to take some time away from the sport, get his mind right. Do you agree or disagree? That's the survey in the chat. Go ahead, homie. Oh, matter of fact, let me do the super chat. Shout out to Matty Yoel. Shout out to Matty Yoel. Thanks for supporting the show, bro. Let me give him a drop.
A 10, a fucking 10.
Shout out Matty Yoel. Go ahead, boss man.
Teo asked if me and Mark Nash get in the fight in the street, and I'm known for beating people's ass.
I don't want to fight.
Yeah, it's all love, bro. But if we got all right, so me and Purdo got in the fight in the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm known for win. I always win every time I fight. I beat Puro up, and I say to my homeboy, "Do I still got it?" I won the fight. I'm just questioning. I ain't watched the fight yet. Maybe after he watched it and asked somebody, that's one thing. But it wasn't even in the interview or nothing. He just asked one person that, and the camera and audio just so happened to catch it. You know what I'm saying? He just asked one question. He won the fight. Like, y'all tripping. He ain't injured. He ain't none of that. The man won the fight. And y'all came at him immediately. People just don't like him. This same thing they used to do to Bud, same thing they still doing to Bud. You pick him apart and you try to make him look less than he is. Teo good, bro. Just keep fighting, bro. You doing good. You won the fight at the higher weight class against the guy who beat a Hall of Famer 2 fights previous in Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Sandor beat Mikey. Sandor did not beat Teo. Mikey went 12 with Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? You feel he got beat up. He got his ass kicked that night. But he went the distance with Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He relevant right now as well. So right. He didn't lose the fight. He just asked one question to one person.
Yeah, 100% agree with Box for Money. But I also agree with Boxing Scholar and Brightside that he's definitely got some his mind's definitely not right. But I don't think time off is going to help that. I think what he needs to take time off of is all the noise that he hears, outside of his camp. I think he needs to just dedicate himself in the gym, stay off of social media a whole lot more. And
Now
because
you
I agree with
talking.
Box for Money, he won the fight. Like even though Mark believes Sander won it, and I believe Dub Rights believes that Sander won it as well. It was still a close fight. Like I'm not mad if they would have gave Sander Martin the fight either. But at the end of the day, he did win the fight. But I definitely do think he needs to his mind needs a break from all the noise that he hears, and I think that's why he was questioning himself after that fight.
I'm gonna
I
say this
agree.
before we pass
I
it.
agree.
You get that break in between fights. That's it. Like if you got some shit you dealing with, as far as fighting off the demons or ring rust, getting acclimated to the weight, the answer isn't to stop doing it. That's not the answer to just say, well, I'm gonna fall back for a little bit and get my mind right. I disagree with you on that. Like the training and stuff, that's part of that process. Like I disagree with saying he need to get his mind right. The guy went in there, he won the fight. According to the judges, beat him easy. According to them scorecards, he beat him easy. And if he feels like he beat him easy, and they was like, man, you ain't do shit, you was running. All right, well, work on some things with that. How do you stop that check hook from the southpaw stance? Because that guy could land that on you. If you get somebody who's more aggressive, they're gonna land that on you a lot more, a lot more frequent. And you were getting dropped with it. He was lunging in. He was leading with his head. His head and his shoulders was above his leg. A lot of fundamental things was off with Tszyu. He was just like he was rushing it, like he was forcing it, like he was throwing everything with the same amount of power. It was just a lot of things that's basic fun. Cutting the ring off. The guy's running all night. Go to the body, cut the ring off. Go to the body, cut the ring off. After a while, he gonna be right there in front of you. He ain't gonna go 10 rounds with you that way. So I'll pass the mic though. Go ahead, fellas.
So we seen Tszyu.
Go ahead, Scott.
Oh my bad. So we seen Tszyu lose before in the pros. We've actually seen Tank get the better of him in sparring. After the sparring session, he went like, "Do I still got it?" So basically, what I'm trying to say is this: Tszyu even asking that question in front of people shows the level of professionalism inside of him. He doubted himself right before the results was even in. Tszyu saying, "Do I still got it?" Like, that's not normal. That is not normal behavior from a guy. Like, it's not the first time we've seen Tszyu fight. We understand that, like, we've seen him fight before, and like, this is not normal behavior. Like, I don't know why this is that hard to dissect. Deontay Wilder was older than Tszyu, and he just took a break, and he came back and knocked somebody to the shadow realm. Breaks are good for boxers because, like I said, you
he took a long break after the Kambosos loss. Took a long break.
Okay,
before Kambosos fight, after the Lomachenko win, he took he took damn near 9 months off in that situation as well.
I'm talking about time off since the loss though. After the defeat, he on top of the world right then. I'm talking about after the defeat, he took a break, took a nice break, and now he's back. And even
your mental is different than my mental. It might take you 3 years to recover mentally, then it'll take me 6 months. Everybody's different. So
okay. You didn't think he was good when he came back after his break?
No.
He stopped that, man. He stopped Campo. He was in that stunt and he was doing all kind of shit in there.
But at the same
behind his back punch and everything. He was doing whatever.
But he did it against who?
Campos.
Drop that you always like to drop.
Oh, you'd already know.
It never heard of it.
You heard of him though. He fought. That's the same dude I thought that fought Errol Spence. You heard of him, right?
Nah.
Yeah, bro. He was Errol. Yeah, he was. I think that was Errol Spence's first and only mandatory of the damn what you call it, the IBF. Wasn't that who? No,
I don't think he fought Spence.
No, that's Carlos Ocampo. I'm mixing it with Pedro Campa. I'm sorry, Champa.
Yeah, this guy, they found this guy somewhere fighting. He built his record up in Mexico. He had never fought Spence. He was supposed to be a tune-up, and even in that
wrong guy, it was the wrong guy. Pedro, he fought Pedro. My bad.
And even in that fight, he didn't look that impressive to me. Like I said, like I feel like Tszyu. If worst case scenario, Tszyu takes a break and the break doesn't help him, he still is not going to be put in there like in front of like with monsters. Like the divisions that he chose, the 140 and the 135, those two divisions, if he can still make 135, they are fucking stacked with killers. Like if he goes in there at 70% mental, 60% mental, he's gonna take a fucking loss. It's not even he's gonna take a beating. And I just don't want to see T.O. go through that. I feel like he's young enough and talented enough to just take time off, recharge, and come back looking good. Like I don't see what the big deal is. I think Devin Haney. I mean, you think Devin Haney's giving some bad advice to T.O., or you think he's sympathizing with him because he's a boxer himself?
I think they asked him a question and that was his answer. That's no more, no less.
I think Haney's sympathizing with him. I think Haney understands that, you can't have no off days in boxing. Like you could like right now, if we all got into an argument on this panel and we had to go to work tomorrow, we can go in a bad mood, nothing happens. If you go into boxing and your mind is not on boxing, that motherfucker's not gonna stop throwing punches at you because you had a fight with your wife. You have to be 100% focused for 36 minutes, and that's hard to do. That's why it's so impressive for Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather to only have like a couple hiccups where they got knocked down in the fight. That's really impressive, but everybody don't got that. T.O. needs to take a break and relax from boxing. You got to remember, T.O. like just recently started to break it out after he beat Lomachenko. He's been around the sport for a long time. He probably done been boxing for like 10, 12 years with no breaks in between. That's a long ass time to be doing something, especially taking punishment to your head. The man needs a break. Trust me when I tell you that.
Oh, I can take your word for it, but like I said, I thought he came back and looked great against Pedro Champa. Won that by stoppage. It comes in here with this guy right here. Goes in there and do what he's supposed to do, gets the victory. Does he have things he need to work on? Absolutely. But I think you're mistaken when you're saying guys don't question themselves and don't have those kind of conversations. They do it all the time. The mic ain't on. The hot mic. They just don't get called on the hot mic.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is that he didn't even have the wherewithal to know that he might get heard. When people question it, they might go to the back and be like, damn, Mark Nash, do I still got it? You get what I'm saying? He didn't even have the wherewithal. His confidence is so shot right now that he was in the ring like, damn, do I still got it?
Yeah, because,
once they announced the winner, his confidence came right back. We can't agree to that. But go ahead, Puto.
Yeah. I think all it does is it shows that he's human. I don't think because he didn't have the wherewithal to know that, maybe the general public hurt him or whatever, hurts him in any way. I do agree. And like I say, I think it's just all the noise that he's hearing, he's been wanting to impress ever since he lost to Kambosos. That's a lot for a fighter. I just think we might be looking too much into it. He won the fight, I don't think anybody would look good against Sandor Martin, to be honest. I think it's just as simple as that.
I guess I disagree with that. I think somebody will look good against him.
I think Regis a beat him.
You cut that ring off. You cut that ring off, and you work that body. He ain't gonna do all that moving, going left and right, lateral, left and right, left and right. T.O. didn't know how to. T.O. was. If you're looking for one big shot against that guy, it's gonna look like that all night. But if you just touching that guy, cutting that ring off, touching him to the body, cut the ring off, touch him to the body. Change the pace of, change the speed and the trajectory of those punches. Some feints, bait him to come in sometimes. Like, yeah, you can make that guy look bad. You can make that guy look real bad. He's very beatable.
In retrospect, we could say all that, Mark.
I'm just saying, he knows how to survive. He knows how to survive.
He does.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I think that's when we speak on what we're seeing from him now. It's more. I think that's why I agree that he shouldn't take time off. It's not that T.O. It's not that I think his mind, his mental will get there. I think he need to stay in the gym for it to get there. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, what we really need to see from the brother is him bring other individuals in and help him as far as the boxing skill set goes.
Okay. Boston Scholar, you said he needs a break. Dub said he needs to bring in some help. Pyoto, where you at with it? You think he needs to take a break, bring some more help in? Like, where you at with it?
Help would never hurt, especially since he has a rookie trainer. But I also think it's a small sample size. Like we only have the Sandor Martin and the Kambosos fights to go on. So, I think time will tell, if he decides to bring somebody in, it's just I think it's just a waiting game at this point to see how it looks in his next fight.
So what's next for Teofimo? Is it? Didn't I heard something about he was supposed to fight Regis next or some shit like that?
He better not. I think he did a poll. Who should he fight next?
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't put him against Regis next, me personally. But I mean, if that is the next fight, then it's all going to come down to like him noticing what he did wrong, what he's done wrong to this point, and try to correct it, and see if he can implement those new strategies into the fight with Regis or with whatever opponent he chooses.
But
Do y'all
Piro,
hold on, real quick, do y'all hear how we talking right now? Bob Arum, we got to remember who his promoter is. Bob ain't finna let him get into no nonsense like that. Bob's still trying to make a start at Teo. And so, man, Teo, hey, regardless of what people want to think, I think Teo got possibly another tune-up coming up, and then he may go for a title, possibly against maybe, what's his name? I don't know. It's going to have to be the bottom of the bottom, because right now you put Teo in the ring with a Regis, man, Regis going to hurt Teo. He going to hurt him. And it's a lot of them guys, man. Matias, however you say his name, he'll hurt him.
Teo #1 in the WBO. He #1 in the WBO. The champion is Josh Taylor. You don't think they're trying to do that? Go next for that?
I can see Josh Taylor. I can see that fight. I can see Josh Taylor. I think he will have a chance, but I think Josh Taylor will beat him too. I still think Josh Taylor will win.
Okay. Yeah.
So Piro,
with it though, you see right here, I got these are the updated rankings as of December 2022. This month, Teofimo is #1. He has the WBO International. Josh Taylor's the champion. So
Yes, sir,
Josh Taylor gonna fight, either Josh Taylor gonna vacate and move up to 147 after this fight, because he seems like he's having hell making weight and other things, not to mention weight, just other things. He's such a big dude, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he makes 140. So let me say this before I pass it back around. This way he had in the WBO. I think that's the route they're going to get him a title. Either Josh Taylor, he's gonna fight Josh Taylor, make a big check overseas. That's still an in-house top rank fight, or Josh Taylor's gonna drop the belt. Teo is back in the championship. Go ahead, Boston Scholar.
so when we brought up the Regis fight, and Pure, you were like, man, I don't know, I don't really want that fight for him. You got to remember, we talk about a guy who was unified at 135. We're not talking about a prospect. We ain't talking about Jared Anderson or somebody. So the fact that you even hesitate on putting him up against a show that you don't even believe he's all the way mentally there. And once these you know what these fighters show y'all, that sports psychology is a real thing, right? When you've been around the sport for 10 years in the ring and you've been around all different type of people, you know how to cut the fucking ring off. You don't just automatically get into a fight and forget how to cut the ring off. You know what happens? You get in a fight and you have mental lapses. Because I watched Jose Benavidez do it against Danny Garcia. All he did was come forward, positioning, suck his dick and all this stupid shit he was saying to Danny Garcia. And afterwards he said, oh, he ran, so I really wanted to fight. No, you lost the fight. That would be like Camboso saying all Devin Haney did was jab. Yeah, that's part of boxing. And you dealt with people like that in the gym. You don't just all of a sudden forget. See, what it is these fighters defeat themselves before the opening bell, and you see it. And that's what Teo is not mentally right. Like, I feel like Teo's a good fighter, and I feel like if he takes some time off, he can get it right back on track. But he has to. And then his dad in the Cambosis fight was trying to convince him that he didn't get knocked down by a right hand. Oh, you slipped. Man, come on, man. Like, they need experience in that corner, and he needs a break. They haven't looked the same since Joey Gamache was in that corner. When he brought that experience, Teo needs help, man. He needs mental help. He need to take a break from boxing also. He don't need to talk about boxing. He's starting to become like jet lagged as far as boxing is concerned.
I mean, I hear you, and I just disagree that a break. I mean, I think that's one of the main reasons Teo didn't look as good as we would like him to versus Sandor Martin, is because he's never fought a fighter that fights in the style of Sandor Martin. I mean, what this guy needs is fights. I mean, we got to remember this guy only has like 16, 17 fights. I mean, unfortunately, these boxers are human. They're going I don't think any boxer's mind is 100% right. You know, I mean, I don't think that his mind's at the point where like he needs like literally to just like get away from the sport to to go back to what we thought he was. I think he's still the same fighter. I just think that they caught him on that hot mic, whatever you call it, is because that was just a natural reaction to struggling with that type of fighter. Maybe he just thought he thought he was going to dominate him, but unfortunately, I mean, how do you know you could dominate a fighter like that fights in the style of Sandor Martin until you get into the ring with a Sandor Martin, if that makes any sense.
But you said who was that said Sandor Martin make everybody look bad?
That was me.
So how can both things be true where Sandor Martin one makes everybody look bad, but on the flip side of that same coin, you saying, oh, he just didn't know how to deal with that guy, or he don't know how to do that. I thought,
because I think it was evident that he didn't know like how to make the proper adjustments to make to have more success.
I thought but according to your narrative, it wouldn't matter because Sandor Martin.
But it's not a narrative, Mark. It's just my opinion.
No, narrative has a negative connotation in this space. It's not a negative word.
No, I know. I'm not taking it as a negative word. It's just I'm just giving my opinion, and you're calling it a narrative.
It's a spoken account of events. It's a story. It's your opinion. It's a narrative. Yeah. Google the word narrative.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to debate the if we're using the right word in the proper context, but okay, the narrative that I'm saying.
It's your account of the events, right? Your account of Sandor Martin. You said he will make anybody look bad. But then you said this guy doesn't have enough experience to deal with a guy like that, according to your statement. Then it wasn't.
No. We just say my narrative. Okay, according to my narrative, then yeah. I just don't think. I mean, do you think he had the relevant experience to look good against a fighter like Sandor Martin?
No. That's why I counted with. That's why I counted with. I disagree with you. I don't think he could make everybody would look bad against Sandor Martin. I think.
Okay. So you're taking me like verbatim. Okay, he would make most look bad.
Toya Tuda said words matter. Go ahead, y'all. Let's open. Anybody want to jump in? Go ahead. All right. Shit, guess y'all done then. That's an opinion.
I wanted to address some, Mark, because I heard this talking point before. Some people say, well, how is Tszyu supposed to retire? He hasn't made that much money up until this point. And it's like, look, homie, he gonna have to retire at some point anyway, and bills ain't gonna stop coming. You know what I mean? And if his situation is not going to get any better if he's not mentally there. The fight where he took that long break, it was for his quote unquote esophagus and all that other shit that Kambosos beat out of him. But he let that shit heal, but he never took time to heal the mental. Mm-hmm. The mental was what's doing him like earlier. Puro said something like, he needs to shut off his internet, his social media. It's like, bro, if he can't handle social media trolls and comments, he better fucking strap in. It's gonna be a long ass ride because he's taking punches. Like I said, he has killers at his weight. The guy that he just fought, you say will give a lot of people trouble. Well, guess who else will give a lot of people trouble? It might knock your ass out. Regis. Taylor's a big guy. He has to be focused at this division. Like it's like he jumped out the frying pan straight into the grease. 135 got killers, but 140, god damn. Like he better be careful, man. Like he cannot afford to go in there mentally lacking because these guys are gonna chew his ass up. His career is gonna be basically over. If he fights the top guys now in this mental state, it's over. It's a wrap for Tszyu. He's gonna take loss after loss after loss. You think he was questioning himself? Do I still got it now? Wait till you get in the ring with Regis, who's 100% focused, ain't mentally there and set on destroying him and hurting him. It's gonna be over.
Hey, Mark, can you do me a favor? If you don't mind, can we run through some of the fighters and see who the panel think that Tszyu would beat? I'm interested to hear what a lot of how, especially Scholar and Puro and you as well, who y'all think he would beat. Can we run through a couple fighters?
Just tell me off the list right here who you think he'll beat. You just tell me yours real quick. Go ahead. The list on the screen.
Liam Pyro, I'll give him that win. Ramirez, that's a tough ass fight.
Can I say something right before we go?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
He's number one. He's in line to fight Josh Taylor. That's what I think. That should be the main question. Can he beat Josh Taylor? Because that's who in line next to fight. He's number one.
Josh Taylor's the big boy.
I don't think he beats Josh Taylor.
Struggling to make that 140, and some people say he arguably lost his last fight to Catterall.
I think he lost his last fight to Catterall. I do.
I mean, it's
And I
tough to. Oh, I'm sorry, Richard. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and when I was gonna say, Pyro, I give him that. Ramirez, hell. Barbosa, hell. Catterall, hell. Like, man, it's some killers in the damn division, bro. It's some killers in the division, and you on the lighter side of the killers. If you talking about becoming undisputed, like you speaking on, so.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't even know if he'll kill it at junior welterweight. I think he's super explosive. I think he's talented. But even then, though, like some of that shit, that explosiveness, just looked like he lost a half a step against Sandor Martin. But like Piotr said, Sandor Martin is very awkward. He's a southpaw. T.O. probably lacked experience in camp and in the corner to work on things, to figure this guy out. But the guy was very elusive. But he had that check hook coming. But my question was this, though. Are we qualified to give a diagnosis on Teofimo Lopez mental state? Or what makes us qualified?
See,
No, I'm
but
not qualified.
that's not what I'm doing. I didn't say T.O. was a schizophrenic. That's a diagnosis.
Okay.
What I could do, I could look at his mental focus in the ring and judge that. That's what I could do. That's what we could do. Sports psychology is a real thing. I can't say he's schizophrenic. I can't say he's has personality disorder. I can't give any of those things because I'm not qualified. But I could assess his performance in the ring and be like, he's not focused. Why is he not focused?
But no. You was like he was having mental lapse. Maybe he just lost a half a step. Maybe the guy was quicker. Maybe the guy was trickier. Like, why does it have to be quote unquote something mentally wasn't there? Maybe he just didn't have the best trainer in the camp for this, the best sparring partners. He didn't watch enough film. These guys, these young kids, they like Jay-Z with the I don't write rhymes. These young fighters say they don't watch film. So why does it have to go to quote unquote the mental? Sometimes the guy just got your number. We can agree to that too, right? When Rivera fought, Rivera has a habit of leaning in with punches. It's a habit that's built into him. T.O. got into the ring and forgot stuff that he did in former fights. That's not focusing. You think T.O. don't know to lean in and don't lunge in the shots? He knows better than that shit. That's a mental lapse. I base it off the performances I've seen in the past of a fighter, and I haven't T.O. hasn't performed. So do you think that he's looked the best that he's looked at in the last performances that he had, even the knockout that he had? I didn't think he looked that impressive in the Campos fight. Campos wasn't an impressive knockout to me.
Just to answer your question, Mark. Yeah, I'm not qualified at all. Yeah, I'm not qualified.
I agree 100%. I have no qualifications to judge anybody's mental state. Only opinion of what I see happening in the ring, and so I could be totally wrong, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing from what he's doing in the ring and the statements he's making outside of the ring as well.
What'd he say?
Well, he said that he asked himself if he still had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do I still have? Oh, okay.
You talk about when he asked his dad in his corner. Like, man, do I still got it, man? Do I still have it, bro?
Yeah. So
that's frustrating for I wanted to stop this guy. I couldn't knock this guy out. But of course, once the score council announced, he got all that confidence right back. Like, yeah, man, you was running. But then once he was walking out the ring, he was like, man, I thought I did better against Kambosos. Like, he's reflecting on the fight in real time. Like, he's human too, and he's young. I just think sometimes people project what they think and what they feeling or what they assume based off other fighters and their personal experience and what happened with other fighters versus everybody's unique. And the kid is in there winning. He's in there winning. It ain't like he in there getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say yet to anybody getting their ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? That yet lasts. You can say that about Spence, Crawford, Tyson Fury, Usyk, like everybody has a yet until they retire, or until they run in and miss the yet.
So he's number one. We're looking at the rankings right now. If he goes in there with Josh Taylor, would you say that yet looks like a probability that he's going to get his ass kicked?
Not for me.
Oh, well, we'll see things different. You know what's
Absolutely.
interesting?
Because I know Josh Taylor is rusty as hell. When the last time Josh Taylor fought? Do you know when the last time Josh Taylor fought, bro?
Nah.
When he fought Jack Catterall, go ahead, my bad.
I don't know what date that was though.
No. I'm gonna tell you. Right side, do you know the date?
Shit was like in February or something.
February 2022.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's about to be February 2023 in about 2 months, and he's gonna be over a year out of the ring, bro. Over a year out of the ring when he fights Jack Catterall, which arguably some people say he went life and death with. You know what I'm saying?
I say that.
Got a split decision, bro. Got a damn split decision. And he
lost the fight. They cheated. And he lost the fight.
Do y'all know when they're gonna fight again?
It's supposed to be coming up. It's supposed to be coming up in like March or something, ain't it?
Postponed.
Oh, it's postponed?
Postponed. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's postponed.
I have no clue when they're fighting me. No clue.
And it was almost a year after he fought Ramirez as well.
Yeah, that's coming back down off that 140, man. Coming back down to 140, in my opinion. So you got Josh Taylor in there, 19-0, 13 knockouts. This fight got postponed from December to February, and now I'm hearing it's postponed again. You know what I'm saying? So
they're gonna fuck around and let Devin move up.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. It's March. Right now it's supposed to be March, but they don't have a date. So that's where I'm at with it. So I said that to say this, Boston Scholar. How long is this guy gonna still be at 140, shrinking down to try to make 140? It might be a perfect storm. By the time Teo get up there, he's gonna be stronger at 140. Josh Taylor is gonna be more drained at 140. That shit is not far fetched. It's still fighting the right guy at the right time and the right age. All of that shit. So yeah, I don't just say it's a high probability Josh Taylor is gonna beat him. I saw Josh Taylor last fight, and it was about to be a year ago, bro. It's not just a gimme, not in my opinion, but go ahead.
That's a layup for me, but if they ever get in the ring. But I just wanted to say this. Therapists ain't out on the streets seeking out patients. The first comes from the people around you or you, because you notice things. Like you don't technically get diagnosed until you get diagnosed. And basically what I'm saying is using the eye test. I mean, using the ears, because he told you, do I still got it? It ain't like you're guessing at this point. Like, picture Bivol beating Zerto, and after the fight, like, do I still got it? People would say Bivol would get his ass killed by a better beat. You have to be focused when you're in the ring. Like, you're taking punches to the head. You're not getting, every time you step in the ring, whether you ended in the first round like Wilder did with Hellenius, you're taking punishment to your body. And then you got to factor in the punishment that you're taking in the training camps up into the fucking fight. Like, you're not getting that shit back. You're diminishing every day without doing nothing. So with that being said, TL should take a break. He should not take more punches to the head from this dangerous ass division. Like, all of the people that's on the screen.
Call from
Tony.
Hold on 1 second, bro. Tony, where you from, family?
I'm calling from New Jersey.
Tony from New Jersey. Talk to me. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I like Teo. I like Teo a lot. I think he slowed down. That's the question. Has he slowed down? Not his mental health. We can't assess him. We can't assess him. We know his background. We know his personal information. We can take an intake on him. Without a doubt. We know this person.
Who knows him?
However, us as the audience, we know his person.
No, y'all don't. Y'all know what y'all see, bro. Y'all don't know this dude.
What does it take to assess someone psychologically?
I think it takes spending intimate time with them. I think it takes knowing that person's limits, what they're capable of, their buttons to push, what buttons not to push. You got to know this person, not a persona that you see on TV. It's more to it than that. A family member or a friend can probably give more of an assessment. A fan who follows Instagram and Twitter and watches a fight on TV, I don't think you can, unless the person is doing some erratic shit like biting somebody's ear. Now, you see Mike Tyson biting a guy's ear in a fight. Yeah, you probably can make that. You can make that assessment like, yo, something is off here. You get what I'm saying?
Do you
That's
think
something
he slowed
different.
down?
Huh?
Do you think he slowed down? Do you think he slowed down?
Got more weight on him. Shit, this is 140 pounds. He ain't fighting.
No. Let's talk about the mental. Do you think he slowed down?
I can't judge this guy, man. I already said what I feel about that. I don't think y'all are qualified as
you can't
or
even
nor
do
am I.
that.
I don't.
He's not coming out with diagnosis, but do you think he slowed down
mentally?
Yes.
Is that what I can't answer that, sir? But no.
What about the next person?
Well, you talking to the host, homie. You want to finish your
Ask
call?
the panel real quick.
You finish your call, and I can ask the panel after you finish. What else did you want to say?
Josh Taylor, he'll knock him out.
Josh Taylor will knock out Lopez? Or Lopez will knock out Josh Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. Lopez will knock out Josh Taylor.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
And I'll hang up on that. You'll see in 2023 if that happens.
If Lopez knocked out Josh Taylor?
Yeah.
I would say congratulations, homie.
If he fights him just like Cambosa, like he did with Cambosa. Yes.
Oh, if he fights him like he did with Cambosa.
Yes.
He's going to lose that fight then.
No,
you said fight him like if he fought Cambosa and he'll win that
Cambosa.
fight.
He had Cambosa.
He did?
At a point,
okay.
He just started getting sloppy with it.
I remember he started off the fight down 10-8. He started off losing.
Watch the fight again, man.
Oh, I did. I watched it several times.
No steam up. He'll get knocked out by Regis, though.
I can't hear you say that again.
He'll get knocked out by Regis.
Who, Lopez?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your call. And what's the question? What was the question you said you want to ask y'all? Oh yeah, he want to know, does Tszyu seem slow mentally to y'all? Since then, Piotr, does he seem slow mentally?
I don't know. I would say no, but I'm not like you were saying. I ain't qualified to know if. I don't even know if. I can't answer that.
All right. Does he seem slow mentally to you, the boxing scholar?
I don't know what that means. It wasn't specific. What does he mean by reaction time? Does he mean like he's diminishing, like he doesn't believe in himself? I would agree with that if it's what he means, but I don't know what he means by that.
Doug, he wanted me to ask y'all the question. Does he seem slow mentally to you?
Obviously, the brother is trying to say Tszyu riding the short yellow bus, and I do not believe Tszyu was on that bus. And so that's the best I can do with the question, because we already told you I can judge him in the ring, but all that other stuff I don't know.
What was you saying before the caller came in on boxing scholar?
I don't even remember.
Okay. Yeah. Shit, well that's it for me, man. I'll just say this, man. I wish the kid nothing but the best. Only him, his father, his team, they know what's best for him. They know him the best, so I'm sure they'll come up with some plan. I don't think they're gonna take the advice of Devin Haney though. Just because it's Devin Haney. I don't think they're gonna take our advice. So we'll see what happens, man.
They might need to.
He might need to. I don't know what's next for him, but low key between us though, man. Who knows? Last time I talked about this guy, I was like, yo. He lost that fight, and I was like, man, maybe his best days are behind him at 135. But in retrospect, I'm like, who knows? Sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? He went to the mountaintop before, he can do it again for whatever you need to do. To agree with the boxing scholar on one thing, I definitely believe sports psychology is a big thing. It's very important. Like you don't get to being great with people telling you, you all right. Nah, you need people saying, man, you the best. You the best. Ain't nobody gonna beat you but you. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be the next Mayweather. You're gonna be bigger than Mayweather. You're gonna be bigger than Mike Tyson. You're gonna be bigger than Ali. Yeah, and then some people some fans will be like, "Oh, it's blasphemous. It's blasphemous. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Man, you don't spend all these hours in the gym running out there in the rain and the snow and hitting the treadmill or punching the bag for hours, jumping ropes, sparring, taking all of that shit in only to say somebody else is better than you. I just agree with that. So I think sports psychology is a big thing. We shouldn't get mad at these guys.
Call from Lisa Bells.
Oh, goody. Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Hello.
Sister?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, sister. How you doing?
I'm good. I was just calling to say, like, thanks so much for the topics and everything. But I was gonna say, no, we can't diagnose him because, people are just giving their non-professional, opinions or whatever. But as far as him, a lot of these fighters do have very, very peculiar behaviors to me, because they do get hit in the head, He's very young, Tio. What is he, like 24?
I can check real quick, but go ahead. I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah. So he's a very young fighter. So I do know he has been through a lot in the last few years. With a lot of other fighters, and we all go through stuff in life. But it's just like I don't know what exactly is going on. I think he do need to acclimate to that weight because that's a way to. That's my personal favorite division right now because it's just so stacked. So he has to be strategic and don't try to go for the big guy at first. Just that's just my opinion. Just fight like some people, get acclimated in the weight and start to build yourself up and get stronger or whatever. Because that's not an easy division.
Right.
Because those guys are going to be bigger than him, stronger, hit harder. And Tio is not a big guy. He's just not. Because I saw the difference when him and Sandor and people like Regis, and then Regis is big. He's a thick guy, So it's just like, I'm going to say this before I get off, a lot of these fighters I've noticed, I'm not saying them all, but they a little kind of to the center, left to the, you know what I mean? Like sometimes in their interviews or whatever, it's just like Jermell, he's a perfect one. Jermell be mad all the time.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, I wish all these young fighters the best, you know what I'm saying, as far as Theo, I'm looking forward to this, younger generation coming up and seeing where they go, and take the sport to another level, But I wouldn't just kick Tio, it's just, I don't know, it's just some stuff going on, you can tell. I mean, it could just be some stuff he just needs to sort out,
So you think he needs to take a break?
I'm not sure. Because they, like somebody had said earlier, they don't fight a lot anyway, so you take a break and you only fight like every 9 months or once a year, that is a break. But it's like, if he do take some time off, then that's for him.
Can he afford it?
He's trying to build. Exactly, yeah. He's trying to build. He's building his brand right now. He got the endorsements. He's trying to get in there, and hustle. You know what I'm saying? And grind and get out there. And at 24 years old, who wants to? He's young enough where he could do it. He could take that time off, but it would be me time. Not so much focusing on boxing as much.
Okay.
Just focusing on his physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health, his well-being,
Okay.
I would just say that, I'm not a clinician. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. So I don't have the the right to diagnose. I can't do that.
Okay. All right, Lisa. Thanks for pulling up.
All right, love you, bro.
Love you more. Love you more.
Salute to you, Queen.
All right. All right.
Shout out to Lisa Bells. Peace. Shout out to the sister Lisa Bell. Thanks for calling in, man. Lisa Bell, she never fails. Always supporting the show in a major way. Doing final thoughts, man. Y'all got anything else up here before I land this plane?
I did have one thing, Mark. One thing.
Go for it, bro.
When we're looking at Tszyu right now, it was interesting when y'all brought the age up. I believe you just put up a clip. He's 25 years old, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jaime Munguia is 26 years old, right? And Jaime Munguia is not nearly as decorated as Teofimo Lopez. But what have they done? Made sure they get his confidence up. Jaime Munguia is 41-0 right now. 41-0 at 26 years old. Teofimo Lopez is what? 19-1 or 17-1, 18-1?
Yeah.
Something like that. All I'm saying is if Golden Boy can sit here and do what they doing with Jaime Munguia trying to build his career, which he's not nearly as a talented fighter as Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion. Man, hey, Teo can take a couple tune-ups. People may be critical of it, but shit, how much? If we're gonna be critical of that, we need to be critical of Jaime, Charlo, or Little Charlo. They call him Big Charlo. He's really Little Charlo. Maul Charlo. We'll talk about him. But we gotta be critical. Demetrius, Boo Boo Andrade. No. We gotta be critical of all those guys. Then, if we're gonna sit here and be critical of somebody like Teofimo Lopez, because at least Teo going after the smoke. And man, at the end of the day, hey, I wish the brother nothing but the best. I hope he come off of it, but at the same time, shit, look what these other dudes are doing to build their resumes and their careers. If you need to do that, I don't condone ducking at any facet. At the same time, I will say, hell, hey, if Jaime Munguia can do it, you might want to do something. You know what I'm saying? To get you to get your mindset right and yourself back in position. So that's but shout out to you, Mark Nash. Much love to you. Appreciate you always allowing me to come on and rock. And man, we'll do it again.
For sure. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Dub Right Side. Go ahead, Porto, the Boston Scholar. Give me your Porto, give me your final thoughts on everything we talked about. Jermell Charlo, some people said the injury was fake. WBO rankings, and of course this final topic right here. Final thoughts.
Yeah, his injury ain't fake, man. He got injured. It happens. I mean, it's unfortunate too, since he's, even if he didn't get injured, it was already gonna be over a year since he fought, I believe, his last fight. But I hope he has a speedy recovery and he gets back in the ring. He's one of the fighters that I watch in the sport a lot. I like how he fights. I already had my flight booked to Vegas actually, but it's all good. It is what it is.
You talked to the flight people? Did you get flight insurance?
No, I could cancel since I did it with Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like a spur of the moment type thing because I wasn't planning on going, but I didn't want to.
Also, his last fight was May 14th, and this was going to be January 28th, so it wasn't a year.
Yeah, it wasn't a year. It wasn't too bad, but I mean, I guess since he only fought that one time in that last year, sometimes you're kind of like, damn, man, he's not fighting, But anyways, I don't think it was fake by any at all. With Bud Crawford and Boots, and that whole situation. I mean, I'm gonna watch the fight if and whenever it happens. So I mean, it is what it is when it comes to that. I hope they make all the big fights in every division, to be honest. And with Teo, man, I love Teo, man. I like to watch him fight, and can't wait to see him fight again. That's it.
Okay. All right. Cool. You say you ready to see T.O. fight again?
Yes, sir.
All right. Shit. Me too, man. I appreciate you, Porter.
Peace, brother.
My man. All right. Yeah. Hey, look. This is a fast show for me over here. Breaking Beats. I'm Boxing Scholar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Did good, man. Had a good show. Had a good conversation. I ain't got to drag this shit out for hours and hours and hours. Shit. No, we moving right along, baby boy. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, fam. What you think of the topics, man? We had a couple on the docket. Take it. Give me your final thought on all three topics.
I didn't get to speak on Maul.
Mel.
Oh, that's Mel.
Yeah. Jermell.
Mel's the middleweight, huh?
Junior Mel.
No, Mel's the undisputed, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I heard some people online, some conspiracy theory. You know, there's some people that don't believe nothing's true, but wrestling is real and everything else is fake. But they were saying that he faked the injury, which I thought was hilarious because let's just say he had went through with the fight and afterwards, you know, he struggled with the guy. And he was like, you know, I was having problems with my hand. I broke my hand in the fight. They were like, oh, this nigga making excuses, man. This nigga's, man, he just mad. He sucked, man. He sucked. They would have been coming up with all kind of shit. But yeah, I think he did the right thing, man. Don't nobody want to hear these excuses after the fucking fight. You got an injury, pull out the fucking fight. Simple as that. That's what Tyson did when in the first Holyfield fight. They were supposed to fight in 91.
Sorry to cut you off. Did you see the pictures when I put the picture of his hand online? Let me share my screen so you can see it. There you go. He even had to put his doctor note on Twitter. Oh, we lost him. Okay. Yeah, so try to see if I get him back on to finish his final thoughts. But yeah, the hand looks pretty damaged right there. It looks like it looks like what the doctor note says it is. It looks like one of those fractures to the metacarpals right there on the outer part over there near the pinky. So yeah, definitely looks like he punched something wrong. And them boys go hard in training camp. Them boys go hard. Yeah. Zane said, I did some boxing. Congratulations. On what level? Amateur, pro, just some sparring. Talk to me, Zane. What you do? Don Dottie said, Mel needs to be stripped so Crawford can fight Tszyu for the vacant. Nah, I don't think he need to be stripped. It's his first time getting injured. I don't think he got injured in 31 fights. He ain't had no injuries. Never had to pull out before. That ain't how you reward a champion. Just stripping him of his title. But Tszyu is gonna fight somebody though. I saw that from his camp. His camp did put out a report. Let me see if I go to his I think that was his manager or somebody. Let me see. Tszyu. Let me go right here. Here we go. Let me see who put it out. Boom. Where is it at? But it was talking about Tszyu is not. It was like he's not gonna wait. He's not gonna wait. We're not gonna wait for Charlo. It's like, yo, we're gonna stay active. Damn, where is it at? Maybe I can find it with hashtag. Let me hashtag his name. Hashtag Tim TSZYU. That's where I saw that earlier. Damn, where is it at? Where is it at? Damn, man, I just saw that too. His people was like, yo, we're not waiting. Tony Harrison is trying to replace Jermell Charlo. He want to fight Tszyu. So he ain't got to do a 6-month layoff. I don't think they're going to fight him, but I don't think, where is it at? Come on. Come on, Tszyu. Where's that article? I saw it. Damn. Here we go. Is this it? He's a fighter. Here we go. He's a fighter. He wants to fight. So waiting for Charlo recovery is not an option. Let's go to the story. Copy. Let's see if I can do it like this. Bam. All right, Tszyu staying in America, looking for a fresh challenge after the Jermell Charlo injury. So he's still over here, looking for somebody else to fight. Tim Tszyu will remain in the United States and continue his training camp, despite his world title fight with Jermell Charlo being postponed. The current undisputed super welterweight champion, as you know, Jermell Charlo hurt his hand, so he's out. Tim Tszyu flew over to Los Angeles early in December to begin preparations for the biggest fight of his career, but has now been left stranded without a fight. He's 28 years old. He hasn't fought since March, and this was supposed to be his debut on American soil. That was the one when he beat Terrell Gaucher. That was his debut when he beat Terrell Gaucher. All right, so boom. So Monday, his manager, Glenn Jennings, here we go right here, y'all. Glenn Jennings put out a statement on social media. What happened? Where we at? Okay, here we go. His manager, take this ad off screen. His manager, Glenn Jennings, posted a statement on social media confirming that the undefeated Australian will stay in the United States as his management scrambled to find a replacement fight. Just a quick update as to where we are from here. Since Charlo's injury postponed the fight, this is what Team Tszyu is saying. We will continue on in camp in the U.S. While Matt Rose and I are working to find a replacement for Tim Tszyu. So Tim Tszyu is still going to fight. All right. He said, you all know Tim can't sit around waiting. So we're exploring all options for a fight ASAP. Tim is disappointed but focused on still what comes next. He's a fighter. He wants to fight. So waiting for Charlo recovery is not an option. Until then, training continues in USA. I'll do my best to keep you all informed as we get closer to an outcome that works. Tim will be ready for Charlo once he's cleared for Undisputed, and Tim will be even more determined to bring all 4 belts back home. Thanks for the amazing support. These things are part of boxing. We just dust ourselves off, regroup, and get back to what we do best. All right, so Tim Tszyu team is going to continue to work and train. And shout out to them. And I ain't mad at it. Get to put together some of those things you've been working on in camp for the January fight. Yeah, just don't go in there and lose, though. You can't. Whoever you fight, you can't go in there and lose because you're next in line for this Undisputed. So you're gonna fight somebody. Don't go in there and lose on me. All right. All right. So I thought I was gonna get the Boxing Scholar's final thoughts, but it looked like he's gone. He's not even in the chat no more. So, all right. He said, I train and I box to keep myself in shape and stay sharp, no doubt. He said, and killed it with the parasites and worms, cleaned out my lungs. Hold on. He said, what? He said, I've been 142 pounds for most of my life. About 10 years ago, I got some garlic cloves, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, lemon, and some ginger, and I mixed it all together, and I started drinking it on an empty stomach. And he said, and it killed the parasites, worms, and cleaned out my lungs, cleaned my kidneys, cleaned my heart, and I ended up gaining 163 pounds now. Damn. All right. Let me see that recipe. He said some garlic, some apple cider vinegar, lemon, and some ginger. All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, man. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I might try that recipe. Look that up, see what they talking about. That's a detox type joint. Let me put it on the screen. Take a screenshot of that recipe. All right. We'll see what it do. All right, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Let me see what it's saying. Did he get surgery or is he due for surgery soon? Just asking. I'm not sure. According to this doctor, he didn't get surgery. According to this doctor note, he didn't get surgery. He got he has a left scaphoid fracture and a 5th metacarpal bone fracture. So they probably just reset the bone and put it back in the cast. They probably reset it and put it back in the cast. Probably didn't have to put screws and all of that stuff in it. So yeah, according to this, he has He was placed in a short arm cast, so no surgery. No surgery on this doctor's note right here. Yeah, no surgery. All right. Well, that's it for me, man. Let me see what they're saying. Anything else I'm missing? He said Tim Tszyu and Harrison to be a good fight. I don't know about that. I wouldn't put Tim Tszyu in there with Harrison if I was his team. Not right now. Like, shit, you might lose. Or you're going to definitely have a tough fight. You're going to have a tough fight before you, and you already in line for the title shot. Why would you do that? Then the guy lose. And then he don't lost his title shot. Hell no. That won't be smart business. I mean, it'll be good for us fans. We would love to watch it, but if you're team, Tim Tszyu, why would you do that? Probably wouldn't even make a lot of money for that fight right now. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. And Tony Harris is a former champion. The judges might get swayed by. He's very slick, crafty. Know how to put that jab on you and make you look crazy in there at times. He had Charlo looking crazy, just walking right into a jab. Boom! In that first fight. Second fight, too, was getting busy a little bit until he was it. But yeah, no surgery though, homie. No surgery. He said, I fight like Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya put together. I bet you do. I bet you do, Mr. Brown Z. I bet you fight just like Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya put together. All right, let me see. Anything else? Great show, neighbors. Everyone be safe. I catch y'all on the next one. Me too, clips. All right. With that said, man, let me do our neighbors only roll call. Without the neighbors, the show wouldn't be the show at this level. So let me give a big shout out to y'all. I told y'all, man, we can have a good show. We can talk boxing. We ain't got to disrespect each other. We ain't got to disrespect these fighters. And we can have a good show and we can talk boxing. You get what I'm saying? We talking boxing. So it's a damn good one, man. I really enjoyed it, man. Really, really enjoyed it. Let me do this. Neighbors only roll call. Let's do it. My bad. Wrong button. Here we go. Shout out to the neighbors. Thanks for supporting the show in a major way. My boy KP from KC5. What up, though?
What up?
TJ.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
Kevin Brower.
What up?
Porto.
What up?
Thanks for joining the panel too, man. Good shit, man. Good shit.
What up?
Juan Davila.
What up?
DJ.
What up?
Tony Boswell.
What up?
Karma Serene with the Serene Saturdays.
What up?
Kansas City Met.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond and Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
Wine Epoxy Magic. My bad.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Stephen Bateman all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it.
What up, gangsta?
Deuce Times.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to there.
What up?
Miss Queen returns.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Matty Yoel.
What up?
C. Jones 0224.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Concha Honorary.
What up?
Lisa Bell, she never fails.
What up, gangsta?
Cooking with the Champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terence Bailey Sr.
What up?
True Media Today USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up, gangsta?
HL Daisy.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Senior.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
Born Supreme.
What up?
Lady Shan Dundum season my UK girl all the way in London town.
What up, gangsta?
Dub, right side.
What up?
Thanks for joining the panel, man. You killed it.
What up, gangsta?
D Bevel the Champ.
What up?
Rob G Film.
What up?
And of course, the Big Fish himself, my good brother, Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
Man, this was good one. This is a damn good one, man. This was one for the books, man. I really enjoyed this one, man. I really enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed talking this boxing shit tonight, man. All boxing, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Looking up the rankings, the records, going through it, breaking it down. Yeah, man, it was a damn good one, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing y'all this content. Thank you again for allowing me the opportunity to entertain you. Thank you for allowing me that opportunity. Thank you. And as always, I end it like this, man. We look, what can I say? Respect is free. Disrespect can cost you everything, man. It could cost you your family, your finances, your freedom. Most importantly, your life. Drinks require sleep. Goals require effort. I got a link on the About page. Also, I have a link in the description block if you want to cop one of these hoodies, T-shirts, or different type of merch. Hey, if you don't like it, run and tell your YouTube daddy. You know what I'm saying? Run to your YouTube daddy like this. Yo. Yeah, just run right to your YouTube daddy with the shirt on. Yeah. Yeah, it's a callback joke. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, that means you ain't following the show and you missing the drops. You missing the episodes. My final thoughts is this. I don't think Jermell Charlo faked the injury. I don't think fans are gonna respect the Crawford fighting Alexis Roca, even though he's number 4. And 1, 2, and 3 are going the Errol Spence route. I don't see Errol Spence fighting Thurman and Boots and then fighting Crawford in 2024 neither. Also, I don't see him dropping the belt. You know what I'm saying? Just dropping that one belt and still fighting Crawford. I don't see him doing that. But that's just my opinion for us to Teofimo Lopez. And what Devin Haney said, does he need to take a break? I don't think I'm qualified to give that answer. I don't think the man is looking all crazy out here like that. I don't see him doing. He don't look like my boy Oliver McCall, who was crying in the middle of the boxing ring and pretty much quit versus Lennox Lewis in the rematch. He ain't going Oliver McCall route. So let's not do that. All right. And yeah, that's it. Look, sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree on this show, but one thing's for certain and 2 things for sure, homeboy. Never forget. Never, ever, ever forget. You know the words. You know the vibe. If you know the song, sing along.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Whew. Get a chill every time. I mean that shit. You know what I say next. Drive. Motherfucker.
This that squad side.
Man, love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all on the next episode. We're gonna do the war show this week too. We're gonna do the war show this week, so get ready for that one. All right. Cue to Dr. Mark.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Mark, God made this possible, and so did viewers like you. See y'all on the next one. Peace.